Well, anyway, everyone say hello to the internet people, and I might be back later. Hey,
Hello, internet
Oh.
people. How are you guys
People?
doing?
Hello, internet.
Hey, Carrick. Goodbye, Carrick.
Yeah.
Goodbye, internet people who just tuned in and are like, what the fuck am I doing here? I am not sticking around.
Maybe be
Fuck off,
back
internet
later.
people. It's quarantine. You don't have anything else to do, and you spent your stimulus check on your fucking OnlyFans page.
It was worth
We
it.
know you're here. We know you're here. And now you know that we know that you're here.
Anything else would be a waste of money. So we ended up with a hostage, a very compliant and helpful young fellow named Clockwork. Norodom Wellington or something like that. Funny how I got the first name.
Nogrom, I think.
Norodom. But I can't remember his last name. It's funny that I can remember the first, but not the second. He's is he conscious right now? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we've been talking to him.
All right. I thought we might have knocked him out again or some shit. Like, I don't know.
I thought we had reached an accord with him.
I think so,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure that everyone thinks so.
By my recollection, the session literally ended mid-interrogation because we just kind of ran out of time. But we'd asked him pretty much every question we had.
Works well.
So it was really
yeah.
just a matter of figuring out what to do with him from here.
All right.
Exactly.
If you want to keep asking questions, go ahead. Otherwise, you can figure out what to do with him from here.
Yeah. I believe the situation is like we're in kind of the backwoods. He's tied up in the back of the van and we're kind of pressing him. Yeah.
At the edge of the jungle or something like that, where the endless dry rice paddies meet the woods. Tiger country. This is where the tigers stalk, right on the edge of the boundary. Easier to grab dogs and stuff that way. Take it away, noble heroes.
Are those guys coming later, or?
I don't think they're coming at all. I think they died in the 70s, the 1970s.
So what do we do with this guy?
Make him a deal.
Well-
We get his family out. He helps us take down Khmer Rouge.
Yeah, sounds agreeable. Sounds like he doesn't really have any loyalty to them. I mean, if anything, a slight grudge. He's just only working with them because he's afraid of them for his family.
And we have plenty of historical evidence of what happens to communist stoolies once the communists are in power. So we will offer that proposition to him.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so basically, I'm not sure if I have it up to me to phrase this in character, but
Sure.
the rough proposition we're offering is, he doesn't like the Khmer Rouge. We don't like the Khmer Rouge. His only concern is his family's safety. So if he agrees to work with us, we'll, specifically if he agrees to work with us in recovering our gear and retaking the airport, once it is, I'll arrange for his family to be flown out of the country to a nearby location of his choosing.
He counters that offer with get my family out of the country first, and I'll help you do both of the jobs.
From what airport?
Make a good point. Yeah, all right, you got him there. Private helicopter, don't have one. Yeah, all right, you got me.
All right. What do we want to do with him in the meantime? Take him back to the hotel and keep him on ice, or?
I mean, we can't. What's gonna happen to his base?
We bricked his turret system, so technically we could probably make it back there safely.
And when are we going back to this train?
Basically as quickly as we can. We got the truck. We just need to pick up maybe a day's worth of supplies, and then we can ride out after it. Actually, yeah. Let's just. Okay, first thing, let's double check the condition of Clockwork's family in the hospital. We gotta arrange for the triad to sit on them.
Do that.
Yeah, so that's probably a step we need to do.
It's not something we need to role play. They can go and send a few guys around wearing nice suits and carrying sets of flowers. They'll look like fucking punks, but they'll be dressed right. And in the sixth world, just because you've got eyebrow rings and fucking face piercings and other sort of exotic decorations on one's body, doesn't mean that they can exclude you from going to the hospital.
All right, all right. Yeah, need to pick up. Should be just about every vehicle in Shadowrun is electric powered now, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, except maybe the big heavy ones, yeah. And the retrofitted ones, I guess.
Yeah, that Toyota Gopher pickup, is it battery or electric? Or battery or gas, rather.
Where'd you get it from?
It was a secondhand local.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It'll be electric. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna need something that'll enable us to refuel it. I think I'm gotta double check the pricing on something.
Well, our route isn't
Yeah.
super far, is it? It's only like 50 kilometers at most.
50 kilometers. That's right. Yeah. We
Yeah,
probably
It's like
take
an hour of driving.
It's a few hours. Yeah. It's probably about 2 or 3 hours. Probably about 3 hours. Even though 50 kilometers doesn't sound very far, it's. I suppose if you run people over, it'll probably be a bit quicker.
What I mean though is it's not very far for the battery life of the truck, so refueling may not be something we need to look at yet. But
rule of thumb for vehicle operation time is about 8 hours.
Really? That's a lot less than I would have thought. I thought that they would have fucking more efficient batteries. Elon Musk, get on that shit right now. I can't.
Yeah, well, it's not
I'm making
super
alien
expensive
babies.
Yeah, it's not super expensive to get shit like a multi-fuel. I mean, a multi-fuel engine's kind of expensive, but a sun cell, which just gives you virtually unlimited solar batteries, like 7K.
Also, most
But-
people, in all honesty, probably don't drive that far in one crack.
Yeah.
You're probably right. If you're going to be a long distance driver, you're probably already decked out for it. Oh, it looks like my food might already be here.
Go ahead.
I can't trust this app though. Like. Anyway, I'll wait until he complains and then I'll go out there.
I mean, we could take a second to work out the logistics we'll need real quick if you want to check, but
Yeah, no, I'll just listen in. But yeah, I almost certainly will have to take a break in the next few minutes. But as I said, like you can't rely on this. Sometimes the drivers will say that they're here when they haven't even left the store yet. That sort of stuff. They're just it's not Americano efficient over here. Let me tell you that.
gotcha.
yeah. Fucking app. I got chewed out by a delivery guy the other day because apparently the app lists my old apartment number on my new house. So it looks like it's supposed to be an apartment when the driver looks at the ticket. and I've
Mm.
changed it multiple times on the website, and it's still consistently like no matter what I do, it keeps the apartment number on there. So I have to put like a little specific delivery note, like this is not an apartment building. The app's just bullshit. Anyway. All right, so we got the pickup truck. Do we want to take Clockwork with us for this?
Does he want to come?
I mean,
To the
Or
training.
probably
just
not.
enlisted as aid?
Does he
Maybe.
want to come? Probably not. Can we make him come? Probably.
Does he have anything to help, or he's a rigger?
Yeah. Could probably. I mean, we didn't break any of those vehicles yet at his place. We just kind of swooped them out of their reach. What did he have? He had like an armored bulldozer, a nice van, couple bikes.
Hmm.
Bulldozer and van probably won't be of much use here, but we can probably snag a bike or two if we want them.
Well, no. I mean,
Mind
think
you.
about it.
Yeah.
A murder dozer. Not only is it good at clearing traffic, it can take a lot of huge beating.
I'm not opposed, but it'll take a while, and we're in a slight hurry here. Any other thoughts on whether or not we want to take the dozer?
I think it's probably too slow, too unreliable.
Mm.
All right, so don't need the dozer. Clockwork is probably won't be super useful on this. We can probably just have him stay at the apartment, have the triads put a guy or two on him. As long as he's got a head jammer on, he should be relatively harmless.
And I mean, at least off the grid of whoever is tracking our comms and stuff, watching.
Yeah, that too. All right, so leave Clockwork at the apartment, put some guys on him, and we should be good to drive out. Any last minute preps?
No.
Okay.
I'm ready for a few days in the jungle, so let's go.
Hopefully this will be like an afternoon, you know?
Do we want to get some new comm equipment?
I don't think it's our equipment per se. I think it's something to do with the grid.
Mm.
I'll work on it while we're traveling, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
meantime, secure
when we got more-
communications by data jack only.
When we got more time, I was gonna say, does Mako want to go through like the logs on our comm links and see if she can see how long it's been on there and if possibly trace where it came from?
Could always try disconnecting the comms from the grid or something like that and see if it still has access.
Yeah, I've got some thoughts on how to troubleshoot it, so it'll take a little bit of time though.
I'm also just interested to know, like, how long have they been in our systems?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can do that while we're driving down.
Another thought I had for a possible source for it could have been maybe Red's comlink, because we've pretty much all been looking at his files, so maybe there was something in there.
Maybe.
But that was what I was thinking. If we pick up maybe like a disposable burner phone, fire it up, see if it's on there, that would definitely prove that it's something on the grid.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a burner. Might as well try it. Real
I think
quick.
what he means though is if we get a brand new one that's never been associated with us before, if it's still
Yeah. Well, it's
it's
a
still
burner. It's never been turned on.
Yeah, we can do that too.
So, what are we going to use for communications on this run? Are we going to fire them up even though they're compromised, or?
Well, let me do some investigation to that first and see what I can find out. Then
Yeah,
we'll have
cool.
a better.
I left mine in the ditch.
Before we leave, Godfather's gonna consulting his orientation system. He's gonna try to map a route from Siem Reap to our destination.
The simplest route is the train tracks.
All right. Should be able to follow those.
More or less, train tracks have service roads so that, you know, like when the train derails, you can send a crane down to put it back on the rails. So wherever you find a train track, you usually find a dirt road within about 1 kilometre of one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that works.
It
As
may
long as
not
we've
follow
got
it
a
exactly, but it'll keep us close to it.
That's right, particularly when it gets close to mountains, stuff like that. You might be 5-10 kilometres away, but it's still pretty damn close, like in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, those two options, you can either take the service road or you could just take the tracks themselves. That's probably problematic. Pretty hard to drive a van or whatever you've got along tracks, but it's not hard to drive a dirt bike along train tracks.
Yeah, this is a big pickup with off-road suspension, so honestly, you
Yeah.
can probably pull that off.
Maybe. Yeah, you'll come to like a bridge or something like that, and you might be a bit fucked when you do.
Yeah. I say we try for the road, and if it's problematic, we can switch to the tracks. With that, yeah. Notable thing about this truck is it only has 3 seats technically, so the rest of you are riding in the bed.
Yeah, I'll be in the bed. I'm assuming it's
All
just
right,
got like
Dave's
a bench
okay with
seat in the
that.
cab, basically.
Yeah, I'll ride in the cab because I have to go VR.
I'll go in the back. Doesn't really matter for me.
All right. Unless there's anything else, Godfather will set us off towards the last known location of our train.
Ready to go, are we?
Think so.
All right.
So as we're traveling, something I want to do is I'm gonna fire up my cyber deck again, plug in, Jackie, and go full VR, and start examining this little, I guess, communist soldier who was marching back and forth.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So the main thing I want to do, well, the first thing is a matrix perception test to try to get more information.
Sure.
So let me roll that. Once I pull my sheet up again. Oh, my.
Pretty magnificent.
Yeah, okay. So I've got a lot of successes. So the first thing is I want to find out what type of icon it is. Is it like a persona? Is it a device? Is it a file? Host persona device file. There we go.
Yeah, persona. Yeah, someone is watching you.
Okay.
With 9 successes, they probably don't see you, although you're not trying. I don't know if you're trying to hide or not, but even if they're trying to hide with 9 successes, there's no way that you're going to miss them. Yeah, a little persona. Deliberately attempting to be discreet, but whether you look inside your own com or Norodom's com or one of the other party members, you'll find the same icon hidden away like in a dark corner. And if you imagine your Matrix as being a kind of 1940s style noir bar with women smoking long cigarettes and men in trench coats and the like. He's over there in the darkest corner by himself, just quietly sipping at his drink.
So I just want to check to make sure because I'm not 100% up on all the Matrix stuff. Persona means that's that's an actual person, doesn't it?
It's
Is
a
that right?
Probably person, agent, or sprite, I'd guess.
Yeah, person, agent, or sprite. Yeah. But yeah, as you say,
I've got agents and
it's an
sprites, but
entity. It's like an individual,
Yeah.
a guy in a bar.
So a persona is someone who has their own matrix stats, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Like the full spread, everything. Something with agency in the matrix rather than something that's it may not be an agent, but yeah. Either way. I want to find out the ratings of its matrix attributes. I should have enough successes for that too. So it's
Really high. Like 7s, really fucking high.
Okay.
Maybe higher, maybe 9s, really fucking high.
That's pretty crazy.
Incredibly crazy. It's like cutting edge. No, bleeding edge. Beta ware, omega ware, whatever you want to rate it. It's probably one of the most efficient. If we call it a hacker, for the sake of using that word, one of the most efficient hackers in the world.
Absolutely. Does it have a com code? That's something else
What's
we
that
found out
mean?
matrix perception. Like a phone number.
Right. No, it wouldn't. No.
Okay.
No, it's independent. It's a independent agent acting, and I don't want to use the word agent because it's
Right.
an independent entity operating within the matrix without any clear origin. It doesn't appear to have come from anywhere. It's just implanted itself here. Again, like one of the best hackers in the world might be able to achieve. Technomance or something like that.
Do I get the impression that it would be possible to remove it? Or
yeah.
What would be required to do that?
A hit job, like basically assassinate it or erase it. I'm not particularly clued up on the Matrix, but like any other entity, you could destroy it or drive it out of this node perhaps more accurately, in the same way as you could with a hacker. Crash its system, I suppose, something like that.
Okay. Then I'm going to try something just to kind of test this. Is I want to basically jack out, power off my comm link, and set up my satellite dish and turn off the wireless. And I want to connect it directly to basically a satellite global node network that's totally separate from the local kind of Cambodia Siem Reap grid.
Yeah, no worries.
And see if it is present there when I power back on my my comlink. Like go into the Aries like global grid or whatever.
Yeah. Use your own. If you use the same comlink, the entity is still there, even going off a completely different grid that has nothing to do with this country at all.
That's really weird.
What if you boot it up completely offline, not connected to any grid?
Yeah,
I'll try that.
There too.
Okay, well I can probably kill it that way then.
Think of it as a virus inside your comlink.
I'll start working on it then as we go. Offline, trying to analyze it and work up a good solution to destroy it, basically. Which will probably,
It's pretty easy to destroy once you figure out the concept. It's really good at stealthing. It's really good at remaining there undetected. But it doesn't have a lot in the capabilities of defense, or maybe it just doesn't put up a fight. In either case, once you discover this entity, you're able to erase it with relative ease, and it's no longer there.
Okay. I'll reload my or reconnect to the grid and watch like a hawk for the rest of the trip for any sign of it showing up, so I can kind of get an idea how it gets.
All right. When you contact one of your other party members, which you inadvertently would do, like even if it's just to say pass the salt,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
gets back into your comm again, like a disease. It travels
So
when there's transmission between you and someone else's comm link within your party. It just rides the ether and infects your comm link all over again.
okay.
It's
So
gotten into our
let's
pants. It's in our pants.
yeah. So it basically is a virus, you know, with the it's
Virus.
transmitting from infected thing to infected thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
So this will probably be a longer term project, but I'll try to find a way to kind of filter it out through the firewall. Maybe repeat the process several times to try to watch it come in and find out how it's getting in and any signatures of it that would make it possible to block it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. I would say probably a longer term project, because getting rid of it's not the problem. It's, you just got to have your flu shot and the flu's no longer there. But then the instant you come into contact with one of your friends, you get the flu all over again. Yeah.
That's going to be my project while we're driving along, unless something comes up to distract.
Cool.
Out of curiosity, are you updating us on your findings?
Actually, I'll come out before I do this, and maybe I'll take well, not immediately, no. I want to do some studying of it first, but yeah, I'll let you know. Probably maybe like an hour in or so.
Could we, in the meantime, like maybe leave a copy of it on one of the burner phones, just so that we've got it there for research purposes, but just wipe it off all of our current personal comm links, just so that we can have a communications network that isn't compromised?
Yeah, my concern
See if that works.
is this something that got onto one of our devices and then spread onto all of them and we just need to purge it from our comm network and we're good? Or is it something that isn't on virtually every device in this country, and anytime we communicate with one of those, we risk infection?
I'm pretty sure that, but we'll see.
I
We're kind of
think
out.
I mean,
going
we
out to
can
the
test
sticks,
that.
so
for the immediate
Yeah.
moment, I would kind of like to have, we're about to hit a train. It'd be nice to have communications just as a team. So I wouldn't mind if we could get it purged off our devices in the meantime.
Yeah, let's work on that.
I'll
I can
do that.
assist technically.
I'll do that at some point now before we get to the.
Yeah, but
Like
yeah,
I said,
I think we should
after about
definitely
an
keep a
hour,
copy of.
I think it'll be easy to get a copy of it. After an hour or
Yeah.
so of doing this, I'll probably jump back out and say I've got some high level marching soldier. And like I suspected, it's tied to the local grid somehow. The sort of, I almost want to say, intelligent virus of some sort. Maybe that's. I'm able to remove it, but it's so far I can't keep it out. So I can remove it from all your comms, and that'll give us some means to communicate, but I can't be sure that it won't get back in rather quickly.
And so, just to clarify, Arctic, at this stage, it's only infecting comlinks. It's not infecting all wireless devices.
So it appears to infect anything that is a communication device. So a smart gun, it's not in the smart gun. But if there's any communication between you and your vehicle, for example, the vehicle will be compromised. I'm not sure if there is any communication between you and the vehicle.
Oh well, the rigger command console would be.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what I mean. All wireless devices communicate between each other. So, like, my wireless smart gun communicates with my wireless smart eyes, which communicates with You know, my smart, which communicates with my comlink, which communicates with.
Yeah, by that rationale, I guess it would have infected all the smart guns and everything. It'd be gathering data on how many what ammunition you've used and how much of it, those sort of things. So yeah, I guess it would have infected anything that's connected to your comms. Easy enough to wipe, very easy. In fact, just you get a cloth with a bit of alcohol, wipe over it, and it's gone. Pretty fucking easy. But extremely high transmission rate. It's just yeah, easy to get rid of, hard to detect in the first place.
You'd be using a shitload of bandwidth as well, I'm guessing. Is it transmitting like visual data from my cyber eyes?
Yes, yeah, it would be transmitting visual data. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the lag didn't tip us off.
Yeah, well, maybe it didn't then. I don't really know. Like, I'm not good at this sort of shit. It's mostly there to gather audio communications or digital communications, rather digital audio communications. So it's probably not. I mean, it's meant to be subtle, right? And that's its whole purpose.
Yeah.
So if there's a way of making
it might store the data and transmit it in
Yeah.
bursts, and there's no other activity on the network.
that's how.
Maybe it
Not to mention,
watches
imagine the local
for-
grid shitty enough, we wouldn't notice. Like, just why are my upload speed shit? Like,
It could
Asia.
also be
transfer the data
watching
day
for
or something.
keywords or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
watching
Yeah.
for people going near key locations, keywords, then it'll kind of report it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll be But yeah, I think we're gonna have to work with it for now. So
yeah, let's just work on getting it off all of our shit and no outside communications until the job's over.
Did you get your food, by the way, Arctic?
I do. I'm eating it now.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
so yeah, you wipe it from all your devices, from every device you've got, and it's no longer detectable. It seems that you're now clean. Yeah,
Except for a burner phone that we have it on that's offline.
except for your burner phone. Yeah, good call. And obviously you don't maintain contact with that burner phone. Maybe you switch it off. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
offline. It's a backup, but just that way we've
Yeah.
got a research copy if we need to look into it
Yeah.
further.
But when you switch that thing off, when you switch it back on, it won't automatically search for new devices or communicate, whatever. Like you've set it up so that even when you
Yeah.
switch back on, it remains an isolated unit.
It's quarantined. Quarantined.
Yeah, it's in quarantine. Yeah, that's right.
It's a little COVID command.
Yeah, that's what we're calling this thing until we have a better name. Is we're calling it COVID.
Like Cobra Commander, G.I. Joe, anyone? Never mind.
COVID Commander. Commander. That didn't work.
COVID Commander. now I just look at it. It did look too much of it.
All right.
And we've got Clockwork in the back of the truck, right? Is that how we're doing this? We're not taking him back to his compound to pick up vehicles or anything. We're just bringing him along as deadweight.
I think we basically put him up
We
at
left
the
him at
hotel and
Triad.
asked a few Triad boys to watch him.
Oh right, yeah, he is
Yeah.
compliant. He would rather be at the hospital with his family, but that's not an option, is it?
can we get his
Probably.
family to the?
I mean, personally, I think. How long has it been since we hit his compound?
So
Probably
Couple
an hour or
hours,
two. Yeah.
I think.
Couple hours, yeah. I mean, I'm expecting none of his family were really injured, except for I think one of his kids copped a shit ton of.
Yeah,
narco
got
jet.
gassed like
So,
a
I mean,
motherfucker.
They probably won't keep them at the hospital for that long, because like they might keep her for observation, maybe if she's
Eh,
not doing well with the narco jet. But for the most part, they'll probably give him a check and. fucking
Depends
see
how
him
good his health insurance is.
he's got Doc Wagon. It's not health insurance, but it's kind of like that.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not going to need that much care, really. Like she's going to be knocked out, but She'll come too. She's been hit with a tranquilizer.
Yeah, I mean, she basically just took a ketamine nap. But yeah, just because, we're in a complicated situation, I don't think we entirely trust him. Probably
Um,
best to not put him in the same place as his family, or the only real leverage we have.
If his family gets released, where are they going to go?
Presumably the triads have somewhere they can put them. I don't know. Or they could technically go back to their house.
You reckon Khmer Rouge won't go for him? Like take out the liability?
It's
could.
only been
Welcome back. So yeah, the last question I heard was how long has it been since we hit the compound? That's up to you to decide.
a couple hours, we think.
Sounds good.
One thing we were needing clarification on is the hospital keeping the family for any kind of observation? Because I think they just suffered stun damage.
Precisely, they're perfectly fine. And although 3 hours later, they're not going to let them out unless given a direct command from the government, the doctor in charge. It would be standard medical practice to keep them overnight
So
for observation.
we get a day then.
Yeah.
We asked the triad guys watching them if they are released to just put them in some triad property and keep an eye on them.
I agree to that. Have we we've entered informal alliance with them. Have we? I can't even remember what they wanted. I might have a look at that.
We were going to give them training, and they needed equipment.
Right, and so basically they're scratching your back before you scratch yours, before you scratch theirs.
Yeah.
By the look of it. Yep, sure. They're fine with that.
Yeah, we're gonna promise them that once we take the airport, we're gonna use it as a way to give them some armaments and ammunition.
There'll be plenty of AKs and grenades after that, I'm sure.
They're willing to wait.
So yeah. Anything else we need to establish?
Mm.
I don't know that I can think of.
Silence is agreement.
So yeah, I guess gonna try to meet this train by the dirt roads. Sort of service roads, I guess.
How close to the tunnel can we get by road?
Oh, it's kind of difficult to tell, but certainly within 1 kilometer. So not very. It's not too far away. Exactly. Yeah. You cover it on foot within a few minutes.
So that's probably park a kilometer away and walk in the rest of the way. I think it's a good.
Yeah, one thing I'm gonna have going as we go, minor paranoia, but I'm gonna have my MCT fly spy moving ahead of us, essentially acting as a minesweeper. It's got a metal detector and like a chemical detector in it.
Cool, but it'll only be like only 50 meters in front of you, sort of.
I've got that on my helmet too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think a med scanner's only got a range of like 10 meters though.
Okay.
It's close enough to find a mine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, being close enough when you find the mine isn't really the object, is it?
Yeah.
10 meters. outside of the kill radius are pretty much all mine. So
Kill
And
radius, yeah.
Unless
you're not
they
going to be
get cute.
you're not going to be walking in a line more than 10 meters long anyway, right? Like presumably single file, but even if you're walking fucking 3 abreast, it's still not going to be 10 meters wide. So that should work. It should work.
Yeah, we're gonna do that while we're driving, and once we get there and move to foot.
There's no, I mean, like doing it while driving is a good idea, but there's no need to because these lands are relatively populated. You've got the usual fucking buffaloes and half tractors and car crashes that are blocking the road, that sort of shit. It's slow going. Unless you're willing to put like a dozer blade on the front of your vehicle and just plow through people, you just have to play the waiting game as locals fight with each other on the road and try to work out whose fault it was that their tractor has gone into the ditch. That sort of bullshit. So after an hour, you're still not even halfway, but the further you get, the less dense the population becomes. But then you find new problems where tree branches have fallen over the road and stuff like that. Probably not a big problem for you guys with your off-road vehicle, but it's still inconvenient no matter how you look at it.
slows you down.
Sure does. All right. Occasionally you might spot an elephant or a tiger. Does anyone care?
Take a photo.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Take
I
only
was wanted an
pictures,
elephant.
leave only footprints.
And shell casings.
Shell casings.
It's
Bad
2075. Guns don't have shells anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but guns are all
Yeah.
casings anyway.
So it's not shell casings, it's blood splatters.
That's it. Leave only trauma.
Leave
Alright.
nothing.
Is there anything
As
that
in,
you want to
take
do?
everything with you.
Trauma,
Sorry.
That's a good
trauma
idea.
implies they're still alive, Arctic.
What's that?
Trauma implies they're still alive.
You got me there. All right. So, is there anything that you would need to do before you get to that 1 kilometer dead zone or kill zone, whatever you want to call it? Yeah. Anything in particular?
Mako's gonna slip into her camo clothing,
Cool.
whatever it's called.
Chameleon suit. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
what do the chameleon suits do specifically?
+2 limit on stealth, and if wireless is active, it gives you. I didn't write it down. I believe it gives you a dice pool bonus. It's basically kind of like
the predator suit.
some optic camo, basically.
So if it's wireless, is it would it be detected by like matrix searches, stuff like that?
Yes, but it would be tied in through my comm link, and they'd have to find me first.
Right. Yeah. And once they find you, who gives a fuck whether they find the suit or not because they've already found you. Yeah. I can appreciate that.
Since it's tied to my cyber deck, then it's and I've got my cyber deck boosted out for full sleeves, so it's going to be extra hard to find me.
Okay, cool. So the easiest way to find someone in a chameleon suit, theoretically, is to look on the matrix rather than look with your eye.
Good matrix defense, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Remember on the ghillie suit, its wireless bonus is you draw in curious hackers, I guess. It's a ghillie suit. What the fuck? Why do you have Wi-Fi enabled?
For
Yeah.
the foliage changing color.
The same
Right,
reason.
the difference between a ghillie, yeah. Chameleon suit's like all high tech shit. A ghillie suit's just a grass.
It can be high tech in Shadowrun.
It can be made of trash for urban camouflage. That's literally an option.
Nice.
Moving on.
Makes sense.
It's got the wireless turned on to connect to my survival knife.
Oh yeah, of course. And my boots. My pedometer. All right. So yeah, is there anything that you want to do before you reach a kilometer? We've established putting on the chameleon suit. Anything else?
Trey will also put on.
Excellent.
So are we gonna try to drive in quietly or
I think walk
move
in.
on foot?
Yeah, walk in. I'd vote for walk in.
Well, do
Like
you
I
want to
said-
send your drone to do a fly-in to recon before we make that call?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Otherwise-
I personally don't go near this place because I'm useless in any physical sense, really. So I'm thinking I park the truck here and send the drone in. And if you guys need a rescue, I swoop in like the cavalry.
Yeah, that works.
Do
Trey's
you have
quite good
Mage
at
Geeker
this.
with you, or was it in the train?
Nah, I brought the drone with me. I left most of my stuff in the truck though.
So Mage Geeker would be in the truck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably in the bed with you guys. Or
Ah,
Gecko
so you've
grip
got
to the
Mage
roof.
Geeker. Yeah, not your other truck. Sorry, not the train. Yeah, all right.
But Trey was built for this type of infiltration.
Yeah. This is, as you say, literally built for this.
Yes. If you'd like to go have someone go in there, not being able to be detected wirelessly.
It's been a spirit for reconnaissance, but I'm not sure if they have any astral awakened people.
Astral Recon's real tricky and risky.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think our two options are we send Trey in for physical recon, or I can temporarily switch my drone over to Mako's pan and at least get some overhead footage so we at least have an idea what we're looking at before we send a guy in.
Well, we can send the drone ahead as we're walking in, I think. And if Trey wants to range ahead too, he can. That way we won't be too far behind, but he'll be far enough to kind of scope out ahead if he wants
Yeah, if
to.
something happens and we get blown, you guys will be close enough that you'll still have some surprise. That works.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm gonna temporarily switch my. I'm gonna switch Mage Geeker over to Mako's pan, so she can hide it instead of me.
Mhm.
'Cause
Yeah.
she's better at it. You have to switch it back to run autonomously, essentially, but as long as I'm in physical control, I can run it under pan.
Yeah, you can remote control it still, but you can't jump into it. Or it'll leave the pan if you
Or
jump into it. Or whatever, right?
I can't run it on my RCC if it's on your
Sure.
pan. I think I can still
Right,
jump
right.
into it though.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. You know the rules better than I.
Yeah, I just lose my RCC bonuses, which are basically what let my drones autopilot with any degree of skill. So long as I'm in physical control, I can run it off your pan. So yeah, you guys will move in on foot. I send the drone up. Mages, be careful with astral sight because these guys are much more magically inclined than Matrix.
And
And
it's an
Um,
awakened jungle.
Yeah.
What kind
Yeah,
of
that
terrain
too.
are we going through? Are we going through
Question.
actual jungle?
Yeah, I've got a picture for this, so I'll show you.
Hell yeah.
This is our train. Our train is inside a mountain. These little flags represent the command soldiers on either side. And that picture is a good example of the kind of jungle that you'll be walking through.
Cool. Yeah, so even with astral perception being astrally perceiving, it'll be hard to see you in there with all that live green.
Yeah, we just
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that
met
yet,
the
but you're
blow.
absolutely right. Like the place is probably crawling with little spirits. This is spirit country.
Yeah, and life blocks, traveling through via astral and perception and stuff.
Gargoyle entertainment.
Godfather looks around at all this astral bullshit and says, excuse me for a moment. Opens up a duffel bag and pulls out like a hazmat looking suit and begins putting it on.
My allergies against trees. Oh God.
That's it.
It has rating 6 gray mana integration into it. So basically it's an anti-mana suit.
Really? Like, you were serious? I thought like this was a joke.
Oh no. Like legit, he has a basically anti-magic hazmat suit.
Fucking hell. Don't want to be infected with greenie.
Yeah. Well, what I don't want is to get fucking mind controlled by some spirit sneaking up on me.
Does sound like the sort of thing that Alex
Yeah,
Jones
what
would
I'm
wear.
paranoid about. Oh, absolutely. This is the Shadowrun equivalent of the tinfoil hat, like 1000%. But, I mean, is it really a tinfoil hat if it does protect you from getting your mind controlled?
That's right.
You're not paranoid if you're right, man.
Designed a D&D object the other day called the tinfoil hat. I just did it on the fly. Someone asked for it on the internet, so I made it up. It's like acts as a non-detection spell and gives you advantage against charm spells. Tinfoil hat.
Nice.
Yeah. We ready to go?
Hell yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah.
I assume Trey is taking point.
I can definitely do that.
Did we say we were sending drones and stuff out?
Drone going ahead, yeah.
Yeah, what's the canopy situation?
Our canopy's about 30 meters high, give or take, 10 meters. So it's a pretty. Since we're only on the edge of the jungle here, or rather we're not quite in the absolute depths. It's thick, but it's kind of like modern rainforest rather than awakened rainforest, which is to say it's fucking thick. You can't see a lot of sunlight here. It filters down, but it's dark in here. It's cool. Spiders everywhere, that sort of thing. Birds. But it's not like the real jungle. If you were to go another kilometer inside, then you'd be in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a fair bit of matrix interference here. You're losing about 3 dice in noise, just due to the tree coverage. To say nothing of the overcast conditions, which aren't helping either. There's all near constant light rain going on. You can hear thunder erupting somewhere 20, 30 kilometers away. Yeah, back to the drones briefly. Do the only drones that we have operating now, are they just the MCT, just the mine detectors, or do we have a surveillance drone as well?
I have a fly spy and a cloaked roto drone. I'm gonna be sending the cloaked roto drone in.
And you're keeping it below the canopy, or are you going above?
I'm piloting it below the canopy.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I've got the chameleon coating going, so it is cloaked like, the predator suit.
Yeah, cool. So give it a stealth roll as appropriate.
I got macros and shit now.
Good work. I'm legitimately jealous.
I would also like to be moving forward while sneaking.
Excellent. Are you you're taking point, I presume? How much further in front of the rest of the group are you?
At least 50 meters.
Sure. and the little fly spy is probably 10 or 20 meters in front of you, in front of that, probably maybe more. You will detect the occasional landmine, just pretty simple little combat limpet mine. I think is probably the right phrase. I think. You also detect a couple of grenades that have been set up in a very simple manner. We can hear someone eating chips, by the way, and the grenades are basically hooked up between trees, operated by tripwires, Rambo style. Again, extremely simple technology, but highly effective for any personnel. But they're nothing that your drones can't find with even a casual search. This is a bit of an overhead view. Obviously, extremely rough, but it should give you an indication of what's going on. It's more or less to scale, more or less. This circle in the middle is the mountain, the tunnel, if you will, the mountain that the train tracks are going here. Clearly, these are mountains, so the whole thing would be a valley if we removed this mountain that they're driving through, which is exactly why they put the train tracks there. It's running through a valley, but they had no choice but to either go around this mountain or just fucking go through it, around, over, or through. They went through. Probably the best decision. All the trees obviously represent the jungle. You can be assured that it's much thicker than what it indicates on the map. And as you can also tell, there are Khmer operatives on the, we'll call it the west, and on the east. Most of those Khmer operatives are typical for the Khmer soldiers we've seen so far. 15 years old, 27 and a grenade. They don't really have combat fatigues. They're much more likely to have singlets or t-shirts and thongs rather than flip-flops rather than boots. But they do have a handful of heavy weapons, heavy machine guns, rocket launchers, and for reasons that you can't determine immediately, it looks like they could go in and just take it, but they aren't going in and just taking it.
And which side are we coming from, Arctic?
You decide. Theoretically, simplest would be from here, but it can be from wherever the hell you want.
Okay, I can't actually see the screen at the moment, so I don't know.
Oh,
which
right.
My graphical output's just died for some reason.
Sure.
I did see the picture before my screen went black.
Sure. So you're coming from the
upper
northwest.
left.
Yeah.
But I think you said that the Khmer dudes were all on the left. You said, didn't you?
They're both left and right. They basically if the train comes out, they'll shoot it. If the train goes back, they'll shoot it. Theoretically, they could just
They're standing outside the tunnel.
That's right. They're standing outside the tunnel.
Okay, and which side of that tunnel is the Angkor Wat on? It'd be on
the west. So the train
on-
is heading west, which will eventually lead to. No, it's supposed to be heading east. Yeah, east,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
So we'll be coming from the side with the guy that looks like he has a rocket launcher or something. I think.
It's up to you. Again, like you, it's entirely your choice.
That's the side
other
CM
side.
on. We'd have to have gone around the mountains to come from the other side.
I'll reverse this so that east is left and west is right, which is completely unconventional and will no doubt fuck with your heads because
it's a mirror image. Yeah. All right, so we'll be coming from the minigun side then.
Yes.
All right.
Are these token counts accurate, or are there more guys than?
There are more guys than that. Yeah, it's just a bit of an indication.
Roughly how many can we count?
Roughly about double what there is. So probably estimated less than 30, probably more than 15.
Yeah, it's like 15 guys, like 30. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 or 20 on either side. Put it that way.
I'm just picturing Andre busted out his fucking scythe. Just removing every kneecap in a 1 kilometer radius. right. So what's our move here, boys?
So, as we're looking at it, the train should be heading to the left.
Yeah, that's right. I almost put down a little mark, but I forgot to. The train heading towards the left, which is east.
But it's currently not moving, is it?
Hell no.
And they're refusing to enter the tunnel for some reason.
Correct.
I mean, if you want, I can go start some shit on one side. See if they'll get drawn over, and you guys can maybe hit the other side or try to make contact with the guys on the train.
How long is the tunnel? Do we know?
There's a scale, so you'll be able to have a look at that scale.
All right, if someone could tell me,
Seven-
I'm starting my
750 meters or
15.
700.
Well, from force to force, it's about 750. The tunnel itself might be a little shorter. But
Alright.
the tunnel itself is probably about 500 meters, 400 meters.
The train, you were told, I think was 170 meters, something like that. It's a pretty small train. Only a few wagons.
What would be the odds, Godfather, do you reckon?
The odds of
The odds of being able to get the message with only part information? 0. You might have to elaborate.
I think something's going
Your
on with
mic's
his
lighting
mic.
up, Ricochet. Yeah, but we're not hearing you. You there, Ricochet?
Hello?
There we go.
There you go. We're saying, what are the odds of what?
Really leaving us hanging
Can you
here.
hear us?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I just heard him say "fuck's sake."
Yeah, I did too.
Can you hear us now, Ricochet?
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right.
All right.
There we go.
Funny thing is, we heard you say "fuck's sake" before you disconnected. That was really strange.
Yeah, what were you asking me? What are the odds of what?
Okay, yeah, sorry. I think just because I was restarting Discord on the computer must have played up. I was asking, what would you think would be the odds of your being able to sneak your drone into the tunnel to have a look at what's going on in there just for situational awareness?
Yeah, they don't seem to have a hacker, so yeah, I should be able to at least get partially into the tunnel before it fucks with the matrix too much, and even then I can probably pull a compensation.
Yeah, cool.
Alright, yeah, I'll try that. I'll skirting these guys as much as I can with my drone, maneuver it towards the entrance to the tunnel and take a tentative look inside.
And how many? What was your stealth successes for your drone?
6, and I have a quality that gives people a -2 to detect a aircraft I'm piloting.
Ooh, no.
Like, was that minus 2 dice or +2 to their threshold? Sorry, did you say?
They get a -2 dice.
Nice.
Cool. All right, your drone makes it in without so much as a shot being fired. And these little dudes here with the blue dots, they are the train's defense. They are certainly they are outmatched. They're definitely outnumbered. But they're holding it for now. There's a couple of assault rifles and a sniper rifle up at the front, a handful of assault rifles at the back. one of the guys at the back looks like he's about to fucking pass out. He's injured. He's tired. He's maintaining his gun, but he's nodding. And if it wasn't for his buddy beside him, constantly slapping him around the head, then he probably would have passed out by now. It looks like the Khmer Rouge have just besieged them, and no matter how much beta meth you take, sooner or later your body gives out and you will pass out, and that's what it appears to be happening to these guys. They've held them off for now. With their handful of assault rifles and their sniper rifle. They're in a hardened position. It's certainly tunnel vision is a pretty good way to shoot, right? Like it's made for a sniper, so they're in a good spot. But sooner or later, they will pass out from fatigue, and the Khmer Rouge will be able to move in. Another thing. One of the wagons contains our vehicle. One of the wagons contains like shipping containers, and the rear wagon is an oil bomb, which is like what tanker trucks sometimes have, conventional motor oil, probably diesel, maybe unrefined oil, probably diesel, and it's in the form of what we call a bomb, which is a giant. A cylindrical thing that you would have seen 1,000 times on the road.
I mean, I assume it could be, but I also assume the name bomb is metaphorical, right?
Yeah, right.
It's not
exactly
literally
right.
rigged to be an explosive, right?
No, that's right. No, we call them bombs, but they're not bombs. Yeah. They're called bombs because if you crash your train, the whole thing's gonna fucking go sky high.
It's a
it might as well be a bomb.
Yeah.
Just doesn't have a detonator.
Yeah. And big cylinder like what you see at conventional petrol station, gas stations in the modern era, where you go and refuel your Shell station from the back of a truck.
Yeah, Godfather will relay the situation inside the tunnel and advise if we make a move, odds are there's going to be a firefight within that tunnel. If
they're
something
outnumbered
happens near the
about
rear of that train,
8-1, aren't they?
Oh yeah, that's about right. Now that you've gotten a better look at them, you can see that there are more Khmer Rouge than you initially assessed. There's probably not 50 of them, but there's almost certainly more than 30. It's like 20 on either side instead of yeah.
No, you're right. You go first.
You thought there might have been 10 or 15 on either side? No, there's more like 20, maybe even 25 on either side. A lot of them are hiding in bushes because they got more brains than some of them have got more brains than others.
And so you said they're mostly kids, yeah, like with AKs?
The whole Khmer Rouge is fucking mostly kids, yeah.
Yeah, yep. The guys in the tunnel, I'm assuming they're like adults who look like more professional soldiers?
Correct, that's right, yeah, correct. They've got combat fatigues, they've got smart goggles, they look like the sort of standard corporate security or maybe even better than standard corporate security that you would want guarding your compound in the capital cities.
And amongst the Khmer forces, are there any standouts?
Yeah, a couple of the heavy weapons are the standouts. They're generally given to the older people, certainly the stronger people. I think on what have we got?
So
heavy machine gun on one side, shoulder-mounted missile launcher on the other side. Both of them are kind of old-fashioned,
Is it like a disposable rocket launcher, basically? So one shot and he's probably done.
Yeah, that is what it appears to be. Yeah, like I think they're LAWs, light assault weapons or something. Recoilless rifle, maybe that's the right term. Anyway.
And then when you say heavy machine gun, that's a pretty heavy duty weapon. So that's
fucking oath, yeah.
Is that on a tripod or something?
Yeah, it's on a bipod probably. Yeah, just a dude setting up there. Probably has to stretch his back once in a while because he's.
But he's basically lying down in a trench position. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Is there any kind of like sandbags up around him?
Oh, it doesn't need him. He's got rocks and tree trunk stuff like that.
He's set himself up in a bit of cover. Yeah, cool.
Fuck yeah. He knows what he's doing. He's got proper camouflage gear and that sort of stuff. Easy to see from above, like stands out like dog's balls from above. But if you're facing front on, you'd be in real trouble.
I haven't
that
got any
this
long
guy
range
right here?
weapons, Mako.
That's the shoulder mounted rocket launcher.
All I've got's a
I
pistol
mean,
and a submachine gun.
if
Oh,
Mako.
you don't have your big gun?
No, it's on the train.
Oh,
I
okay. Never
I
mind.
might be able to just like sneak around and grab him, especially if he's at the back.
Oh, actually, no, I've got a light machine gun.
He is at the
Okay.
back. He's got like a couple of, call them lieutenants. We've got a couple of bodyguards standing nearby, but they don't appear any more confident than your average 14-year-old given a gun. One more thing, just for completeness. It appears that they almost all of them have bottles of beer with them. Those bottles of beer have cloth hanging out of the neck of the beer bottle.
Oh, I'd go with maybe bottles of vodka.
Yeah, sure, rice wine, whatever's the most flammable. You tell me.
Yeah. With that machine gun, he's like in the thick of the Khmer soldiers. He's not like set back from them or anything. Or in
No,
front of
that's
them.
right. He's sort of it's almost as if they're kind of hanging around him, as it were.
Yeah.
They're taking their cues from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to sneak up on him alone, basically. Yeah.
Probably not, but as Andre was correct in assuming that the rocket launcher is kind of at the back of these guys.
Can we
Yeah,
really get it that side though? Because that's the other side of the tunnel, which is like on the other
you'd
side
have
of
to
the
cross
mountain range.
mountains. Yeah, that's right. You'd have to cross the mountain range, which isn't that difficult, really. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. I mean, a dedicated Vietnamese soldier could get over there.
It's not something we're going to do in like 10 minutes though.
No, it would take several hours. 2 or 3 hours probably, but yeah, it can definitely be done.
Yeah, so that's the thing, Omen. I don't think we can really get at the RPG because he's on the other side of the tunnel.
Other side, yeah. I was just unsure of the side of the tunnel we're coming from, but now I fully understand.
So we're on the carriage side.
Yeah, we're
It's the
coming
train
from over
coming
this way.
towards us.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
put a
can
little red
circle
arrow
around,
down,
can
but
we not?
you can absolutely circle around. Like this time
Well, I
frame is
mean-
done at your discretion.
Doesn't,
think it'd be a
doesn't
lot
the road
better
keep
to-
going?
The road,
I mean, the road keeps going,
Yeah.
right? Like it keeps following
Absolutely.
the track.
absolutely.
So
the
couldn't
road
we-
is about a kilometer away from the site.
So couldn't we back up, drive down the road?
Yep,
Now that we know that, because all the
Absolutely.
danger is on this side, right?
Hmm.
So
We
Yeah,
can
but if
eliminate
we are
them.
going
They're
to
probably not
attack,
going to detonate it yet.
we'll be drawing the thing. We don't want them shooting in the tunnel. We want to take them away from us. And
Yeah.
I think we have a decent shot of.
Mhm.
I mean, if I can get up and take out the, what I mean, like it. If I can Rambo with my big ass knife up into that pit, I mean, a bunch of 14-year-olds might be scared off. I might be able to take that rocket and just put it into a nest of them.
Yeah, I definitely think okay, north is down on that, so yeah.
That
We
makes
should
sense.
really focus on the east side because the biggest risk in my view is a firefight breaks out, a shot or a rocket goes down that tunnel, nails that bomb car, and
West,
we
that's
just
the
lose
west.
the entire train.
Mhm.
Or,
Yeah, west
That's
side.
the west.
yeah, my bad. Yeah, west side.
I mean, another option. What about attacking both sides at the same time?
Don't see why we should split ourselves.
I mean,
I was thinking if nothing else, we could all hit one side and just send a big ass spirit to the other side.
yeah, that's what I was
I mean,
gonna
that
suggest as
works.
well. Just even if it distracts them so they can't move in onto the and come through and just
Or
push and kill.
just put like a big earth elemental in the mouth of the tunnel, like guard down. That'll stop them shooting into the tunnel while we deal with the
True.
rocket launcher side.
Well, from the front, there's a reason they haven't rushed the tunnel.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, they're waiting for the.
So as long as we take care of they're not going to burn it up to spite us, which is why we want to hit the west.
Yeah.
Those guys in the front, I mean, it's only, what's a train tunnel? Fucking
It's about 500
10 meters across. a couple. Yeah, I mean, like they're going to be able
Less.
to hold that for quite a while, and that's assuming
also-
I fuck up enough to, light this whole other side up.
Yeah, I like the plan. We sort of dig in and get good positions on the west side. Trey does in and does his Rambo shit until he either kills
I
all of
fail.
them or gets caught. Yeah, and once we go hot, we just call up a big ass spirit or two and sick them on the other side while we clean up our side.
Sounds good.
I'm probably not quite as good at it as Trey, but I am decent at sneaking as well, I think.
Yeah, your call if you want to
Are we
get
doing
a
this together?
position.
That was the option I was thinking of, yeah.
Trey doesn't care. I mean, I think I have out of game. I think I have like 15 dice.
Yeah, I think I throw like about 11 or 12 at sneaking.
So,
But I don't know, but you're like wanting to get up in the thick of it. If you want, I can come up in the thick of it with you, or I can sit back and do cover and fire with light machine gun.
Oh yeah, no suppressive fire is way better for that.
Yeah, because I got that submachine gun from the airport. No, sorry, light machine gun from the airport.
More like it. Submachine gun, light machine gun, a little bit different.
A little bit different, yeah. Light machine gun.
Yeah. It's
I
good that you
think
got that thing, actually. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
would
well,
you be
I
on
need a heavy
Overwatch
weapon until I've got a proper heavy weapon.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Because you're not really going to be able to sneak with it.
Which, just remind me, Arctic. I think it was a.
It was the
just
Ingram Valley.
One out of the main book, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Ingram Valley.
And it just had regular ammo, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Is it clips or belts?
A belt fed.
Belt fed? Sweet. Oh, I mean, it can take both, but yeah, they had belt.
Could take both. Yeah, but they want to.
They
They
had
want
a belt.
It looks more impressive when you've got a belt. It looks more masculine.
Shoots more shots. Longer to
I
reload.
suppose I suppose there's a practical reason to have a belt as well, but they picked it because it looks more masculine.
Nothing like feeding your gun a belt of bullets,
but
just watching everything fly.
But they weren't a
That's
6.5
the first thing
foot
we should
or-
do is set you up on an Overwatch position with the rest of the team, and then let me. Because yeah, that's a hell of a lot of pain to rain down on somebody.
Do you want to be invisible? As I believe that is an option as well, or are you just going to rely on raw talent?
My character wouldn't. That's not how he would think.
Yeah.
So he would not suggest that. Then again, if he went invisible, he would immediately see the value of that.
Ingram Valiant, shock pad, laser sight, gas vent 2. Sweet as.
All right, so Ricochet and Mako will find a good Overwatch position to shoot from and be ready to open up when Trey stirs the hornet nest. Huh?
So if I'm kind of understanding that right, you don't want invisibility, but you think it would be helpful.
It would be helpful, but he wouldn't ask for it because it's not his style. But if you would
No,
offer
like
it,
my character,
he might be like, "Yeah, that's cool."
Like he understands that there are mages,
Yeah.
but that would not be.
He probably hasn't got a lot of experience working with mages and doesn't, have first-hand experience with how handy they can be.
Okay. I probably wouldn't even ask. I'd just slap it on him. More of a make it better sort of thing. Will make me. Oh, that's right. Because once he gets caught, I don't need to hold it anymore, so it'll just go straight back to 0. So that'd be fine.
As we get ready to sneak forward, I will poke Omen.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Omen, didn't you say something about being able to make people faster?
I could.
Fuck off.
Speed-wise, yes, but I need to summon a spirit that could give you the power. Could make you quite quick.
No, not running. Like just reaction times.
Oh, I have that as well. Yes. I could increase your adrenaline to make you faster in that regard. Do you want that as well?
I don't need the other fast.
So I mean, that one. That was me thinking. Ignore that.
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, I will do the increased reflexes first. And I'll do that one now. Modifiers, no modifier. Submit. Force. It's the hits that change stuff, isn't it?
Yes.
Increase reflexes. What's the force? Drain
Force-
on that is 4.
Force 6 would be more than enough
Okay.
at
That should
the
be-
most.
I'll do 5.
Yep.
See how that goes. Hopefully I get good hits.
Keep in mind that adding dice comes down to 2 hits, so generally speaking, you're better off casting that spell in even numbers of force.
Oh.
Just
Okay.
2, 4, and 6 are the ones that do the best benefit.
Well, I should have done 6 then because I just only got 1 hit.
Well then it doesn't matter. Force 1 would have been enough.
Lol. Okay. Drain on that really quick. 1 drain. That's fine.
Hey,
And then
Arctic,
Yeah.
those guys had shot a couple of full auto bursts from that machine gun as they were driving into the airport, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Probably used 10 rounds. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. And was there any spare ammo in the van? Just so I can record how much ammo we had for it.
Roll 2d6 times 10. That's how many bullets are left, including the one that it's loaded with.
2d6 times 10? All right, sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll go force 4 invisibility and I'll slap Trey before he leaves. That's 3 hits on improved invisibility.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Why is this not working? Right. Okay, there we go. That's better.
And I get okay. No drain on that. Just 1 point of drain.
It does not like multipliers. All right.
Oh, because you did X instead of asterisk. Probably have to do an asterisk instead.
Probably do. Yep. All right. So 70
Yeah.
rounds.
70
Not even a full belt. Damn it. All right. Cool.
I thought a full belt would have been 50. Right.
50 to a clip, 100 to a belt.
Right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, so not even a full belt. Just came in with 1 belt of ammo, fired off, 3, 4.
Yeah,
that
he did
burst.
3 full bursts. Yeah, so he does.
About seems pretty legit. Yeah.
Cool. So Trey, you have
Alright.
improved visibility. 3 successes on that. I just slapped you and just put it on you. Not slapped hard, but yeah.
Just a bit of a
I
tap on the
understand.
butt.
Yeah. Go
It's
get
not
and
gay,
target
it's
sort of thing.
just soccer. It's not gay.
Yeah. It's a sport.
That's right. Take my
Killing's
shirt
a
off.
sport.
That's right.
We're just so friend, such a good team.
Just close. We're just, like you do to your brother, right? Right? You do that to your brother, right? Anyway, moving right along. So this blue symbol here, that's going to be Trey, is it? That's where Invisible Trey is going to end up?
That's where Trey would advise the machine gun nest to be in place.
Would require climbing up the back of a mountain. Again, not that difficult, but fairly time consuming. The alternate, I suppose, even if you came from this side, it's still going to involve climbing up the mountain no matter what way you look at it. So again, not that difficult. I'm sure you'll be able to find a goat track somewhere, but as long as you're only carrying a weapon, you can probably do it. But if you're lugging a whole bunch of gear, it might become substantially more challenging.
Trey will have his assault rifle. Actually, most of my stuff fits on me.
Yeah,
I'm not
pretty
carrying
portable.
a lot of. I'm poor.
As long as you're only
But yeah.
decked out the way a modern soldier would be, it's not going to be that big a challenge to cross riverbanks and climb up 4 meter high escarpments and stuff like that. It's challenging, but you guys are, I assume that you've got, the capability to do it. Otherwise, you're a pretty shit soldier if you can't climb a small embankment.
But yeah, I would be moving on from there.
Sorry, one more question, Arctic. That was
Yeah.
just a stock machine gun. There was no mods to it, was there?
No, that's
Yeah,
right.
I didn't think there was.
Brandon's
Just wanted to
book.
check.
So yeah, an Ingram Valiant straight from the book.
Yeah, I've got a climbing kit that can help us get up there too. I'm sure.
That's really what
Proper
we need.
climbing gear. Yeah.
I've also got climbing gear. Yeah.
And I assume climbing gear is like rappelling rope. It's probably mechanized in the future, where you can pull a lever and it'll pull you up and rappel you down. I don't know if that's the case, but again,
Pretty much,
that's what I would have expected in the far future.
It's got
Near
like
future.
automated and assisted modes,
Oh.
I think.
Right. Yeah, that's logical to me.
I also
It's a full of 400 kilo test rope, ascent, descent harness, gloves, carabiners, crampons, and so forth.
400 kilo will surely be enough to carry tray and his assault rifle, blah blah blah. Like I can't imagine the guy weighs more than about 250 completely loaded.
And usually climbing gear, the
Not even
test
that.
rate on it is usually like only 1/5 of what the rope can actually take. Like if they put it way below the break point.
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
There's huge safety margins on that.
yeah, probably lift a small vehicle with it.
It wouldn't have much in the way of automated stuff, because if you want that, you got to buy like grapnel guns, and they're all separate items.
Oh, okay. So it does. I thought
got
it
that
would
too.
have. Oh, you do? Oh, there we go. Perfect.
There is a
Climbing gear only costs 200 million. It's like repelling gloves alone just costs like 50 million.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, it is pretty high tech stuff, but it's not like the grapple gun on paired with that is pretty much what you the peak.
Cool.
The Batman repeller.
A grapple gun alone's worth 500 million, so it's like 2.5 times the whole climbing kit.
Okay.
Even the climbing kit though has like fall arresters and stuff, so you're not going to fall very far.
But
I think you guys are overthinking this.
Sort of.
I mean,
it's 100 meters.
I'm already there.
Yeah. Again, it's nothing that you can't that you won't be capable of handling. Otherwise, you're in the wrong line of work.
And yeah, Trey's good.
Yeah.
He has gecko gloves and a maxed out gymnastics.
Yeah. You don't even need the climbing gear. You'll just scramble up there like a damn mountain goat.
Well, I just realized in Prison Visibility, because it's in Roll20, it didn't add my +2 dice for my seducer thing. Can I just roll 2d6 and add any hits on them? Cool. 2 successes, so that's max force. So it should have force is the max amount of hits I can get, isn't it? So
yes,
4 hits. Yeah, so you have 4 hits. That's they have to resist the spell with 4 hits to see through it. Cool.
Does that just mean +4 to stealth, or is that something different again?
I read the description. It just says they have to resist the spell. It doesn't say like for word, it says anyone who might be in a position to perceive the subject must first successfully resist the spell. Simply make one spell
They make a
casting
spell
test.
resistance check to penetrate. So he's
Right.
he's set the success level. Now anyone that could potentially see him makes a spell resistance check to see if they see through the spell.
So basically, to see through it, you won't need to roll a really high perception check. You'll have to roll to beat the magic and then to make a perception check. But
it's layered. It's first one, then the other.
Okay.
I think it's like intuition plus logic versus, I think the threshold would be 4 because it's 4 successes.
Yeah. And therefore,
if you have my stealth roll.
That they just beat the invisibility and he'd still be sneaky.
Specifically states in the spell description, even if the spell is resisted, the subject might remain undetected if she's good enough with her sneaking test.
If you're familiar with the movie Predator, it's like that scene where the Native American guy looks up and he can see through the magic. He knows the fucking predator's there, but he just can't see the predator, even though he knows it's there. He's seeing through the magic, but he can't see through the spell. Yeah,
Can't see the
yeah,
stealth,
good.
yeah.
And I guess this might be important for later, but
The other in. Oh, yeah.
if someone attacked him, is like if they can kind of guess where he is from sound or something,
Yeah,
but they can't see through the illusionary stuff, it's blind fire modifier.
yeah. That's good
The
to know.
important thing though is that
Not
improved invisibility is literally just invisibility. It doesn't hide
smell,
smell,
sound,
sound,
taste.
ultrasound, things like that.
Yeah.
Some of those
Improved
are just
visibility does hide from sensors, I think. Or actually, no,
Yes.
it only
No.
Visual
only
sensor.
from
detects from
visual sensors, though.
ultrasound or anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
only visual sensors.
But it
yeah.
works on
Um,
mechanical devices like cameras and satellites and
Yep.
stuff like that if it's improved, I think.
yeah.
Good.
It basically, I think it does actually work by effectively changing your color like a chameleon suit does. It's just it doesn't have
Yeah.
the image blur that technology does. It's perfect.
Mm.
that's getting too deep in the weeds. Let's get this going.
Yeah.
Established what Trey's doing, and presumably the drone's doing. What about the rest of yours?
So I am getting entrenched with a light machine gun.
Where Trey is?
No, I think. Well, Trey's moving in. I think closer
Yeah,
I'm
the
on that
machine
blue-
gun should be up here
on that blue
with,
spot there.
with Mako.
Right,
So
that's
Mako
Mako's
and
image.
yeah, Mako and Ricochet will be going up into the hills, climbing,
Mhm.
and Trey will be sneaking in a murder, and then we'll be ready to shoot down on him. Should
Are you a
Yeah.
competent climber, Mako, or do you need a hand?
I'm good. Yeah, I should be good for this.
Yeah, sweet as.
All right. So that's half the party. What about the rest of the other half?
Godfather's gonna, in physical world, set up his turret in the passenger seat of the truck, and then set his drone up by the top of the canopy, sort of in the center of the cluster of soldiers, and begin marking targets for Trey.
I kind of like to be up out of the way as well, on the overlook if I can.
We should be,
Oh.
once the first person gets up, we can get you up easy.
Good point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick
Yeah.
thing, Trey, I know how to fix your token.
By all means, go ahead.
Do you have
Piss me
the token, or do you have the
Image.
enhancement suite on your Roll20? Like, do you have
Just
the
say I
token
didn't know what
editor
that
tab on
was.
your sheet?
I'm guessing he doesn't.
I'll remove the I'll just delete that token altogether, and now when you put it down, it should work, sort of. Anyway, it won't be circular, but it will at least be the
Yeah.
right picture.
But yeah, it needs to be removed in the token editor and updated.
Yeah.
Is that something we can do, or is that something that only Arctic can do?
It's something that you can do, but I have to then save it, so it's a bit of a joint effort.
I got it.
Yeah, just because I need to do it with mine as well.
Right.
I think I just got it because I have permission on the sheets. I think.
I'll delete Ricochet's one, and I'll let you go ahead and take care of the rest.
Who else
So-
needs updated?
I will, once they're ready, I'll sneak down and be looking out for those landmines and grenade tripwires.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Not great.
And I'll be looking for the first guy hiding in the bushes or whatever.
All right. No, they've got no reason to know that you're coming, but even so, a sneaking of two means that you probably slipped down a little bit of an incline or something, harmlessly, but enough to set off a small, little landslide, a very small landslide. there's a lot of them, which gives them a pretty big advantage on spotting you, just through sheer volume of numbers. And they have. Combat begins.
They make their save with the invisibility spell.
The invisibility as well. They probably don't need to, like, not because like they're trigger happy kids, and so once they hear something, they don't give a fuck whether it's a tiger or a soldier or a really big lizard or a spirit, whatever. They just point around and start firing. That doesn't mean that you have to engage combat, but it does like set off the firefight. They start firing, these guys start firing, these guys start firing. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, it was like a standoff, and one of them started shooting, so they've all started shooting.
Precisely.
They're tense and they're undisciplined. So
Exactly right. And so Tommy over here, he just fucking he hears a tiger, he shoots at the tiger. Can't see no tiger, but he shoots anyway, wasting his ammunition. Everyone starts shooting. Do we start shooting as well?
Can I see the guy with the missile launcher?
Yeah.
but we had a trigger phrase for Trey to say, so probably hold
Yeah.
fire. At least I'll hold fire until then.
It was a trigger phrase for everybody, but yeah.
Yeah, well, he was the
So
main
Mako,
person. But
I don't know if Mako is giving orders or not, but Mako basically gives the order not to
guys
fire.
in the tunnels shooting or being shot at?
They automatically do. Like they're getting like so. Tommy here fires at the tiger. Alan here starts firing. Fucking Billy fires. Jonesy fires. Yeah, everyone's just wasting ammo. Like, yeah, everyone just starts wasting ammo.
And they are shooting into the tunnel.
They are. Yeah, the initial guy was not, but as soon as he fires, this guy who's got an itchy trigger figure fires, and these guys think, "Oh fuck, it's happening. We'll fire." These guys are now getting fired upon. Old mate here wakes up finally. He doesn't need any beta meth anymore. He's wide awake now, and yeah, so it's just it's a Mexican standoff that's exploded. The tinder keg has been lit.
we should probably start shooting then.
Is that so?
Sorry, what was that? You broke up.
Yeah, what's the decision?
I'll say bombshell.
All right.
Yeah, I think we should start shooting personally.
Can't hurt.
All right. What's the rocket launcher doing?
Trying to get some fucking discipline going. He's not firing his rocket launcher. He's not wasting his only piece of ammunition for no reason.
All right. How far away are they from where we are set up on the mountain?
I think that's better. I can't hear a thing there.
Give me
Give me
2
a
seconds. So they are
Fuck up.
about 150 meters. All right.
I can't hear a thing. This happens sometimes with this computer. It's a button and it all goes to shit. I might have to reboot the computer.
I think shoot it. Maybe. Hang on, I got the wrong thing selected. Any suggested?
I think one's as good as the other.
Rocket launcher
other than-
guy, and then
Yeah,
so I guess.
I think they all have explosives.
Yeah, just big priorities. Do not let that tanker blow up, because then my car is fucked.
Actually, I think I'll just lay down suppressing fire, just like general suppressing fire, just across the whole area.
Would you rather me get help get these guys on this side under control, or send a spirit to the other side to deal with them?
Where's your spy drone at the moment, Neo? Have you got that watching the other side, just so we know what's going on, or is it still
So what was that?
your spy drone?
I have my drone. up above the entrance to the tunnel.
And I mean the other one, the MCT fly spot.
Oh, covering the other side? Yeah.
Just because that way, if things, I think we should have the spirit currently on this side with us, where things have definitely kicked off. But the fly spy watching the other side, and that way, if things start to kick off over there in response to this, your spirit can get there like instantly.
You need to be like, yeah, you can't cast through cameras, but yeah.
No, but he doesn't need to cast. He just needs to give the spirit a command. Go over there.
Yeah.
Oh, I get rebooting. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think conjure a spirit, have it here with us on this side where things have definitely kicked off. Your fly spy is watching the other side. If because shootings happen on this side, they might decide to move in. If that happens, I think just change the command on your spirit, give him another order to go and secure the east end of the tunnel.
In all honesty, if these guys are just firing wildly, we might just be able to sit and wait and let them run out of ammo.
Yeah, but they're shooting into the tunnel at
Well, yeah,
the
but they've been
gas
shooting,
can.
like, we have to assume they've been shooting into the tunnel this whole time. As long as the guy with the rocket launcher isn't shooting into the tunnel.
Welcome back. Nope. Oh,
I think we lost. Do we lose someone else?
He's rebooting.
4, 5. But yeah, if I mean, otherwise I'm pretty sure I can drop the guy with the rocket launcher.
How
Maybe
far
just
off?
mind control the guy with the rocket launcher and get him to just blow up some kids.
You should save that for well, I mean, if I miss. Otherwise,
or I could potentially just mob mind like a lot of the kids into thinking that they can, like obviously getting them more scared and just getting them to shoot down each other.
well, yeah, that's what you do. You have them have mob mind one side of the track, and have them attack the other side of the track. Like
They'd have to walk in though to do that. Oh, on the opposite side, right? I thought you meant
like,
on the opposite end. Right, I get you. Yeah.
Like north. Make it a fucking civil war. North versus
North and south. Yeah.
That
Hell,
might
I'll
not
try and
mean
get
as
them to
much
throw
to you
there.
as to Americans, but
My main concern is I really want that rocket launcher taken out because I can entirely see
I
him
got that.
when I start doing suppressing fire, him turning around and shooting a rocket at my position.
Well, suppressive fire only it gives you 10 meters at the end of wherever you want to suppress.
Yeah.
Hey, JD, are you like?
Yes.
Is there like a clicking sound coming from on your end?
Shit.
Sounds like a fan.
No. It's a fucking pocket watch.
Ah,
really?
Fucking, I have like 100-year-old pocket watch
nice.
that my wife orders on eBay, those big things of costume jewelry. Like they're big boxes of just shit. And then we bought a silver and a gold testing kit. So we go through and separate all the shit out. And then we test everything for gold and silver. And then we got like a precious stone tester too. And then she takes all the like quote unquote good costume jewelry from like the 50s and 60s. And that's actually worth quite a bit of money on the vintage market. And then she reboxes up the rest of it and resells it, like all the rest of the shit, and then resells it. So she's made quite a bit of money on it.
Nice.
And she's found, she found this watch. Like, if I just turned around and sold it on eBay, even without cleaning it up, They sell for about $135,
Nice. Yeah.
and 3 boxes were $68 with shipping. Like 3 of those. I don't know if you guys have them over there. We have I don't know what the fuck you'd say. They're like 35 centimeters by 18 centimeters by 35 centimeters or so. I think they're flat rate boxes, so you just play. It doesn't matter how much they weigh. You just pay one rate.
Okay.
So yeah, it was like $60-some for 3 boxes, and she pulled this, which, like I said, retails at like $130. I've been fucking with it a lot to try to keep the spring was kind of stuck. So whenever I'm sitting like this, I wind it back up to try to like unfuck the Indians.
All right, I'm back.
He's back.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Mage Geeker. Mage Geeker. There are the random gun firings going on. How does your drone react? It doesn't react.
I'm jumped into it.
You're rigged, right?
Everyone
Yeah.
else may need to roll initiative too, possibly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
By
I
the
think
way,
it'd be
Omen, I
fun.
tell you, you can drop your initiative spell because it doesn't actually give me any benefit with only one hit.
gives
I
you
think it
+1.
actually it gives you +1, man. 11 to 12.
Yeah, it gives me +1 reaction, but it's not cumulative with the +1 reaction I already have, so it's
Ah,
a net nothing.
cool. Dropped.
So I've
Sad
got-
drop.
Yeah, I've got a cyber +1 reaction, and they're not compatible.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll drop that. That's good then.
But if you get 2 successes,
That's where it's at. Next time, I'm sure I'll do better.
but yeah, might as well not have the penalty on all your rolls.
Yeah. I'll get rid of that one. It's fine for now. Was it 2 dice for concentrating?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
So you'll just be concentrating on your invisibility.
Good.
Sorry, I'm having to like get some difficulties.
I don't know what happens with this computer, but I think it's when you press escape alongside like one of the volume buttons, it just cuts all volume completely and can't be recovered. I got no idea why. It's happened a few times.
Huh.
Yeah, I can't work it out. But resetting it always fucking brings it back online.
All praise to
Fuck, I
reset.
reset the page and it put me in the Forgotten Realms game.
Well, that's so it should, because you haven't been there for 6 days, so
It's because
why
it forgot
not?
where you were.
Do you have the Forgotten Realms one open on anything else?
Nah. I was on there like 2 hours ago, though, changing my token.
I've had that too. When I switched from being on my iPad to my computer.
Alright, I arrive. Alright, so Godfather will, hearing the code word be dropped, it's a free action. He's just gonna have that scroll across the top of everybody's feed in big red letters, just bombshell. And as a complex action, first of all, is this map to scale? It's about 100 meters.
Basically, yeah.
Alright, let me check my movement. Mage Geeker will move 20 meters towards Senior Rocket Launcher. Puts him at 80 meters. And he will make a complex full auto attack on this guy with APDS rounds.
So generally we measure tokens center to center, I'm guessing?
Yeah, but this is a really rough one. Like,
Yeah, no, all good.
yeah. If you're off by 20 meters, it don't matter at all.
Just checking for weapon ranges, that's all.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have multiple sheets.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, -3 from range, and I think I have the noise compensation beat. You said they were like, it was like a noise rating of 3.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be higher inside the tunnel, but we'll cross that path if we get to it.
I do have the innate noise compensation to beat that, so no penalty there, I think.
Penalty.
All right, so just range penalty.
Gotta love riggers.
Oh yeah,
They know what
baby.
they're doing. Cool.
Noise is like your worst enemy, isn't it?
Yeah, noise is bad for deckers, like they struggle with it, but riggers, noise is our friend a lot of the times. Like one of the best ways we can beat a decker is just by putting so much noise into the air that only we can deal with it and they can't.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
jam the fuck out of everything. Yeah. Alright, 3 successes, and because I don't think he sees the attack coming, he doesn't get a chance to dodge. So base damage plus successes. 11 damage minus 4 armor piercing from the ammunition.
It's on Rocket Boy.
Hey, if he doesn't get to defend, do you want to just do a single shot?
I was gonna say the same thing, but just go with
There's
it.
no kill like overkill.
All right. So he gets his body and he gets his full armor because there's no armor piercing, right?
Hey. Oh, thank you.
4 armor piercing. It's armor
there's
piercing
4.
rounds.
Oh, right. Just because the AP0 is written there, I
Yeah.
got confused. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, sorry. That's the
Yeah, no.
gun's base stats.
So you APDS rounds, is that correct?
Yep.
Cool, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Reduces it from, I forget what damage you said.
11 to 6.
11 to 6. All right. So he's going to be in bad shape, but still standing. All
That would
right.
do it.
The chaos has turned into precision wet work. Andre, you've just rolled down a sort of bit of scree. You've fallen 2 or 3 meters harmlessly, dirted your pants a little bit, and now there are bullets landing about 4 or 5 meters away from you. You don't think anyone can see you, but undisciplined soldiers are firing upon you nonetheless.
And I can see the rocket launcher guy.
Sure can.
I would like to do the same thing Mage Killer did. Just
All right.
that
He
will
doesn't.
also be
Yep.
full auto.
Cool. He doesn't get to dodge though, even though he's aware now, right? Like because he doesn't know where you are. Is that correct?
I don't.
He has to see the attack coming.
Yeah. It's actually kind of comical because like he's in a hardened position, but it's hardened against the train, and so he ducks down lower, but it just means fucking dick because the angle that you're coming from is you're flanking him, and he has no defenses, so all he's got is his body to resist. What are the penetration on this one?
It's -8.
-8. That's unfair. All right.
I didn't want a repeat of Andre and the plane.
Oh, -8. My God, that's so much.
That only reduces armor, though. It won't reduce his body.
Right. Good call. Yeah, his armor's 9, so that's pretty significant. Yeah, he gets a single success, which is how much damage?
17.
Oh, all right. He just plummets to the ground.
And what are the rules for moving?
Like distance or?
Yeah, I have multiple initiative passes. Do I have to spread it out over them or?
Yeah,
No.
you,
You
your
can move
movement
your
is-
full movement in the first initiative part. But then you
Yeah.
can't move for the rest of the round.
Yeah, your movement is over your entire like turn, but you can take it in however many chunks you'd like, or all at once, or right until the end.
Yeah.
Also keep in mind there are certain penalties for moving and shooting. So if you didn't apply those this action, you probably didn't move.
Yeah, no, but then like the next act, like the next initiative
Yeah.
pass, I could
Yeah.
just move my whole thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then that would be the end of my turn.
Okay. How do you see through spells? Is it what are the stats to see through a spell?
It depends on the
Initiative.
spell.
I just looked this
Invisibility.
up. It's on the
Mo-
magic cheat sheet. Physical illusion is intuition plus logic.
Vision logic. Yeah, that makes, I guess, sense. Yeah.
And any sensors that they have will resist with their object resistance. That
Okay.
It's like their device rating, I think.
Device
From
rating
imagine
makes
they
sense.
have a
no,
lot of
object
sensors.
resistance is usually a bit different. I think.
You're talking like cameras and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually. I think it's in the fucking main book.
Yeah. It's natural objects have an object resistance of 3, so trees, soil, water. Low
High
tech
tech
objects
would be 9.
6. High tech objects is 9, and highly processed objects like computers, drones, and vehicles have an object resistance of 15. But most sensors will be 9.
All right. Okay. Cool. And is Trey still stealthed after he fires, or does that
Yeah.
get rid of his stealth?
No, it'll stay on there.
The
It doesn't
Not,
say-
not the
Invisibility.
invisibility. Not talking about invisibility at this point. I'm talking about stealth.
No,
Oh.
I think that gives up the gig if you shoot.
There's actually there's stats for it.
That you got to make a
Because-
perception test to detect where firing comes from, and that's where silencers come in, because silencers increase
they
the
reduced it a
threshold of
lot.
those tests.
It's like a minus
Right.
4, I think, if it's a silence weapon.
So, if they can see me, like if they would have line of sight.
Yeah, they've got to have a line of sight to begin with, which is a
Which-
Yeah,
challenge.
plus you're invisible, aren't you?
Which
Yeah.
we've determined
that's what I'm saying, like,
they already
they have
passed the
multiple
perception
things
test
to
to
get
see where
through.
he is. Yeah.
Well, they pass perception tests to hear me.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. All right, I think I've got that. Maker.
All right, I'm gonna fire a short burst down this fellow here
Yeah.
and use a take cover action.
Brilliant.
So 6 hits.
All right. Each of these guys probably represents about probably four
Yeah,
soldiers. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. I'm not even going to worry about their defense because they're not wearing armor. They're only 14 years old, so a hit is a kill. But as we determined, there are multiple of them. So they've, in effect, in Warhammer terms, they've got 4 wounds.
Perfect.
All right, bam. There is an injury. It causes chaos among this minor squad. The heavy machine gunner. Oh, that's that's the rocket launcher. The rocket launcher is bleeding out. Ricochet.
All right. Who is shooting into the tunnel?
Almost all of them. It was only Jonesy here that tried to shoot the tiger. The rest of them, they were aiming into the tunnel and they just pulled their triggers out of instinct. Some of them don't even realize they've done it. They've just itchy finger and it just pulls the trigger and kicks the gun back, etc.
All right, and just to check, the tunnel width is, I think, about
Probably about 8 meters.
probably about like it's only about this wide, isn't it?
Not yeah. It's the tunnel is 8 meters wide. The tracks are about 2. The train is about 3 meters wide, right? 3 meters wide, and the
Yep.
tunnel is about 8 meters, giving 2 or 3 meters either side of the train.
Yeah. And like, is the train like we know the tunnel is about 400 meters long? How long is
Yeah.
the train?
170.
And is it in the middle of the tunnel?
more or less.
So
you
basically,
wouldn't really know in the case because we haven't got a drone that can detect that.
we did send the drone in to have a look.
Oh, we sent the fly spy, and of course we did. That's how we saw
Yep.
it. So yeah, roughly in the middle.
Yeah.
Which is a clearance of about 100 meters either side.
Yep. So these guys here,
Yeah.
they are kind of more to the side of the tunnel, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. Like
So the best they're going to do.
none of them are sitting directly on the tracks because there's no
Yeah.
cover directly on the
But so
track.
these guys, the best they're going to do really is hit the wall on the other side of the tunnel. They don't have the right line to be able to actually hit the train.
No, that's
These
they could
guys
probably
here.
yeah, you can't really. That's a bold
Well,
assumption. It's a bold assumption.
Well, in either case, I think these guys here have the most direct line to shoot down the tunnel anyway. They're probably the ones who are most likely to actually hit the tanks.
Sure. Yeah. The icon's location, again, not too important. They might be 20 meters away from where they are. There's 4 people in each squad.
Yeah.
But if you're aiming for someone who has the better view of the train tunnel, then that's, all you need to do.
That's what I want to take the
specify
guys
that.
who's the biggest risk to the train, basically.
Perfect. Yeah, that's cool.
So these guys are all kind of spread out, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They're not in battle formation. They've just gone behind the biggest tree trunk they can find.
Suppressing fire is not going to be that useful then, because suppressing fire you can only suppress about a 10-meter wide area. And I don't think there's probably really
work
guys...
on one squad. Yeah, one squad.
Yeah. Like, is there anyone who's within 10 meters of anyone else?
No, each squad is within 10 meters of itself.
All right, so I'll pick the squad that's the most risk, which I'm just gonna assume is that one.
Yep.
And
We'll go with this one.
And I'll do a suppressing fire burst on them.
All right. I'll put suppressing. What can be a suppressing icon? That one can be the suppressing icon. You can't see it anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right.
Yep. Okay, so I will make a test. So I need weapon skill, agility, laser sight. I don't think any other modifiers will apply. We're at medium range. So any other negative penalties, Arctis?
Oh, not from this angle, no, because any cover that they've got is from the other direction.
No obstructed view from the jungle or anything?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, there's probably some obstruction. Yeah, a 2 dice penalty.
2 dice penalty.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's I hadn't considered it, but that would be logical.
Four successes.
All right. Yeah, suppresses them. They hit the deck and hit the dirt.
So what that means, Arctic, is they have a 4 die penalty on anything they try and do.
They try and cover their heads. They're not soldiers. They're just kids. They're being fired upon. Bullets fucking hit a rock nearby, hit a tree trunk nearby. They just hit the deck.
That will effectively take. I won't get my action next turn though because it's effectively spent maintaining the suppressive fire.
Okay, back to the turn order. Heavy machine gun. Heavy machine gun's trying to work out what the hell's going on, and so he basically spends a turn aiming. It's now the guys inside the truck. One of them has a sniper rifle, the rest of them are assault rifles. They lay down suppressing fire as well, saying that this is either a false alarm or they're being stormed. In any case, they just fill the frickin' tunnels with bullets and ain't no one getting through. These guys, likewise, they start fire, but they weren't prepared for this, and the Mexican standoff is just like an old Western. They're firing, suppressing fire as my thing. The only one that has any real these guys have hit. These guys are trying to work out what's happened to them. These guys are going to fire, and these guys are just firing, suppressing fire in the direction of Andre. So they don't know that Andre's there, but they know that something's there. They just fill the air with bullets and try to force whatever it is to go back into the jungle. I hope that is as clear as mud. Back to Mage Geeker. All in all, bullets are flying and not actually doing anything. They're just flying.
So on their action, Arctic, if they are in the area of suppressive fire and are not behind cover or prone,
They're prone.
Action.
Put their hand over their hands and fucking to the Khmer gods. Supreme
Alright,
leader.
so top of the round, I guess everybody takes 10 off.
Right.
I didn't have a go that round.
Did you have an initiative? I might have entered it later, or maybe I just didn't notice. What do you do?
I was gonna the closest squad of soldiers that children with guns. I'll mob mine them at force 6. Will be force 6 is a radius, so it'll be like a 6-meter
Yeah.
radius. So,
That'll hit one
It'll be a
squad.
12-meter circle.
yeah, I'll aim it at one squad.
They're only kids. They don't have particularly good defenses. They resist with one attribute or two. Is it just logic, or is it logic plus intuition, or how does it work?
Check. Where's the
Magic
fucking
sheet.
cheat sheet?
I believe it was
Logic. They get 4 dice to
Minus-
resist if it's
Well,
logic.
but it's minus the force.
So they get
Not
0
in turn,
dice. Yeah.
The negative has successfully been done to them. They get full dice to resist it later after it's been done to them. They get the penalty.
So once it's placed on them, it's stuck there.
Once it's got its teeth in.
Mhm.
Successes, one get 2 success. So they're all charmed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But dice, they're his until he lets them go.
Suddenly they stop suppressing Andre because they are mind controlled.
Fuck. Quickly find the drain. Force +1, so that's 7 drain. I need to resist. Where's my drain button? There it is.
What force level did you cast it at?
6. So it's force +1,
Yeah, cool.
so 7. So I resist.
Ouch.
2 stun for 4 child soldiers. It's not a bad trade.
Yeah, that's right. You know, they're pretty incompetent, but they've still got guns, right?
Yeah, and they're scared. I'm pretty sure that I would make I did direct their minds next turn. And I think that's how it works.
Good.
Should direct them.
You get 2 standard actions a turn. Oh, yeah. It's plus
Like action.
he didn't announce that.
No.
You have to do that beforehand, Jam.
No. Yeah.
Back to yep.
For future reference, that means you can do a risky casting it and command them in the same round.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a good
If that's ever important.
Probably useful in particular against But anyway, we'll cover that situation. Yeah. Mage Geeker, back to the top of the round on 14.
So these guys moving to investigate the rocket launcher, are they the same guys that up to spell on?
No, I think Omen. You can contradict me, Omen, but I think you mind controlled the guys who were suppressing Andre. Is that right?
Yeah, I was suppressing him. I was going for.
Yeah.
Alright. how many are there, or how many guys are there moving towards the rocket launcher?
Just assume that there's 4 in each squad because it's easier for me to judge it that way. Like that might be useless. Maybe only one of them is administering first aid and the other is standing around scared. But they're in a little squad, yeah.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is a multiple attack session. Basically, I'm gonna split my dice pool between multiple attacks.
Yeah.
So it would be 4 people. Be X with piece. Actually, be 7 dice. Yeah. Please.
Don't forget there's -2 for the jungle as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me recalculate my dice pool and make sure I'm not fudging this then.
Yeah, no worries.
Sorry.
No worries. It's, the lack of clarity is my fault.
Which will apply for every target that you.
And vines and shit like that. Monkeys get in the way.
Don't like thermal compensate for that, or
Would, but a thermal's not gonna. It's still gonna be like blocked by a swinging vine or a swinging monkey, right? Like the monkey fucking gets in the way, a bird gets in the way, that sort of shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's the jungle is dynamic, and so even though your imaging is good, the brunt.
Thermal's mostly against like environmental effects like rain and fog and smoke and stuff like that. That actual objects too.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't take much to knock a bullet off its trajectory, particularly if it's only a little 5.56 millimeter bullet.
And -2 because if the defenders are prone, so attack ones that aren't prone.
what they're moving on the yeah gun
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So 19 split evenly. Be 6, 6, 7. -2 apiece. 5, 5. Or 4, 4, 5. Fuck it. These guys can't see me, so technically they can't dodge.
These, yeah, they're just little 12-year-old Tommy, man. He's just crying for his mum.
Shouldn't have tried to jack my train, you.
Oh, well, that's it. That's what you get for picking up a grenade, bitch. So is that a glitch with one of them?
First one, it is, but I think I'll spend a point of edge to negate it.
Oh, okay, no worries.
Hello, the worst mage is back.
Well done. Welcome back.
We're killing children.
I thought so.
Came back just in time.
We're killing teenagers.
Yeah,
We're killing soldiers.
we're making
Come
them
on.
kill each other. Come on.
We're killing commies.
They were orcs. They'd be mature. They'd probably have 2 kids by now.
Yeah,
Some of
I'm
them
not
had
killing
to
them.
be orcs.
They're killing each other.
Oh, so you went after the bridge? Well, I mean the crane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
It
happened?
effectively takes them out. One wound is enough to disband the squad, more or less. They, the rest of them just like start crying and yeah, asking for their mothers. It's a pathetic sight.
Actually, yeah, fuck. Fuck.
Yeah, right. Like little Tommy, he's real brave when he's got his gun, but he's not so brave when he sees Jimmy get his fucking head blown off.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been bravely trying to jack our shit and fighting these government soldiers. It's good enough for me.
It was all good and well when they outnumbered the enemy 8-1, but now the Tigers have guns. Who gave the Tigers guns?
That is a classic mistake. I think a lot of communists have made that.
Work
Yeah,
for
that'll
Stalin,
do
it'll
me.
work for us. See, that's the problem. They've got too many guns. They should only have 10 guns for 20 soldiers. Then they'd have a chance. Secret.
When the man with the rifle.
All right. So, Andre, it looks like, although you sort of started this clusterfuck, everything is really coming up Andre so far. The guys that were shooting at you are now mind controlled. The guy that had the rocket launcher is dead. The guy that tried to heal the rocket launcher is also in a severely injured capacity. You're still effectively invisible as far as you know.
Have you conjured a spirit yet, Omen?
No, no spirit.
Oh, just to clarify something, by the way, I didn't shoot one kid 3 times there. I shot
No.
3 kids.
Yeah, that's right, and like that
Teenagers.
basically takes out the squad, right? You know,
Yeah.
all you need to do is shoot a teenager in the shoulder, and that teenager is going to surrender immediately if he's not a fucking
Yeah.
soulless drone.
Did these ranges
Yeah.
change?
It probably didn't matter, but yeah.
I don't think the range has changed. No, I haven't adjusted it. No, it's only approximate though. Like they might be 20, even 30 meters away from where it says. It's all very very
Yeah. It
approximate.
is different from what I was showing earlier, but I don't know.
Is it? I'll check that because it does
It's the
seem to
same.
be, doesn't it? It used to be,
Yeah.
it's twice as
I
long.
was 80 meters from this guy, now I'm 100.
I swear I did not change a thing, but I'll go back and change it anyway.
It hasn't changed.
My
Has
ranges
it?
haven't
Hasn't changed.
changed.
No.
No, if it's still 400 meters across. No, it is. It's still 400, so nothing's changed. No.
Maybe some tokens get shifted around or something, I don't know.
Yeah. Like yeah. That's exactly right. The tokens probably moved a little bit.
All right.
You were 80 meters away from him last round.
Yeah.
Move 44 meters towards the. Towards where the
rocket?
rocket launcher was.
Yeah, sure.
And I could not find what is the penalty for shooting when moving.
If you're walking, it's -2. If you're running, I think it's -4. And if you're sprinting, it's more. I think.
Firing while running is a -2.
-2.
You
yeah,
can't
sprinting
fire. You just can't fire while sprinting because it's a complex act.
Right.
Yeah, but you can then fire on your next action, but you still can as a sprint.
And you still have
Oh,
the
sure.
penalty. Good clarification. All right. So running or sprinting, or walking.
What's 4 times your movement or your agility?
Running.
Yeah, so I'll run, which is -2, right?
Yep. Yeah, to sprint, you have to spend a complex action to sprint, and that gives you an extra 2 meters per hit on your sprint test to your movement for that round. And then the penalties will become -4 for the rest of the round.
And then I will fire on these guys.
Okay. They're still not looking at you. They're still firing into the tunnel.
All right. I'm taking -4, 2 for running, and 2 for general jungle shit.
Exactly.
And I just pick one and give him a round to the head.
Too easy. It really is too easy. He doesn't know you're there. He can't see you because of your invisibility, even if he did know you were there. This is like taking guns from a teenager, candy from a baby. Similar analogy.
Oh, all right. The first one is
Yep.
the one that counted.
That's going to be all you need. A 3 is going to hit. It'll give you 2 net successes because they're not dodging. They don't know that you're there. I think that's correct, isn't it?
Roger.
Yeah.
The
Cool. All right.
-8 and 14 plus. So it'd be 16 minus whatever they soak.
Behind the scenes, he has 0 armor and 2 body. Yeah. Okay.
It's not a good day for him.
No. 2 of that squad are eliminated. The other 2 are literally screaming at this point. Probably, maybe because they're both girls, but not necessarily because they're both girls. You're now shooting 12-year-old girls instead of 12-year-old boys.
I like how they went from 14 to 12.
Yeah. So some of them are
Yeah.
15. Some of them are even 16.
By the time we get done with this, he's going to be telling us it was in footsie pajamas.
I'll stop at 8. I'll stop at 8. Like after they're 8 years old, it's not even worth giving the kind of gun. He's just, he's just going to cry for his mum.
No, like when he's telling people about the session, like we snuck
Gonna
into a
suck on
hospital
it
and
like a
started killing
pacifier.
babies, like in their like cribs.
They had
when
these.
they're-
Yeah.
I don't
When
know.
they're
Like,
under 8.
different 4-year-olds to me. Most 4-year-olds, I know if you give them a gun, they are ecstatic.
Yeah, when they're under 8, just give them like C4 strapped to their diaper and tell them to go find mommy, and then
That's so historically accurate that we shouldn't joke about it.
Yeah.
That guy knows where your mom is. Go ask him.
So, Mako's turn.
Not
Yeah.
not quite Mako's turn actually.
Ooh, ambushed.
Indeed, I just wanted to share that image. Anyway, not quite Mako's turn because what is the penalty for hitting a moving target called Andre?
Let me check.
It's on the cheat sheet. It's -2 or -3. But I'm also visible.
Target is running. They don't get a penalty to fire on a moving target. He just gets a bonus to dodge because he's
All
running.
right, but because he doesn't know where it's coming from, he won't get that bonus penalty, whatever it is. There, an echo rings out from somewhere. I'll put a circle down to give you the vicinity. I'll try that again. Draw a shape. Somewhere up in this vicinity, you hear the crack of a really powerful fucking rifle. Crack, a single shot. There is a lot of interference between here and there. A lot more trees, a lot more vines, a lot more monkeys than what you're imposed on, which is going to give the fire a pretty significant penalty. Fortunately, they're very good at their job. Oh, bullshit! Bullshit! 0 successes. Fucking bang! Somewhere up here in that direction that I just pointed, you hear like a fucking powerful sniper rifle discharge. But you don't even know where the bullet landed because it didn't land anywhere near you. All right, Mako.
Well, I'm going to do a matrix perception and try to locate that weapon or
All right.
comlink associated with it. So I'm just going to do this in AR. So 5 hits.
Hit. You discover the icon of a personal area network, a pan. Will it tell you what the pan is connected to with your image check?
So I can do some more stuff with it. So
right,
I can tell. So I guess first, I'm assuming it's in silent mode. That would make sense. So that would be one hit. If are there things in silent mode? 2 hits.
Definitely.
Find what I'm looking for. Right. Find that thing.
Okay.
3,
yeah, it's a smart gun.
The 3rd hits. I guess I'll probably. I mean that's good enough for me to find it. Well, third hit. Find out what type of icon it is. Device. It's the gun.
An Ares Desert Strike.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
4th. What else can I do?
You see the persona, and the icon of the gun is attached to the persona.
Yeah.
As an icon.
I'll just use the rest of the hits to locate more icons in that little cluster. So find the comlink tied to it or whatever.
That would be switched off. Smart gun. The goggles that the smart gun are connected to, I suppose. That would be there as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. So goggles as opposed to cyber eyes, and a smart gun. And that's what you've discovered up there in the mountain ridge, in the valley, in the treetops. You can take your pick.
Cool. I just wanted to find the person. Give me 1 second to check an action. What an action type is, if it's complex or simple.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to use this for this fight, but because the kids don't have a lot of technology.
They do not. Their professional support may do.
I'm almost there. It's probably going to be a complex action, but you never know. Oh, it's a simple action. Okay, so I'm going to take the tag action. It's computer plus logic versus the target sleaze plus intuition.
Uh, okay.
I got
That's
They
4
only have a
hits.
sneeze rating if they have a cyber deck, don't they? Is that how that works normally, Mako?
Correct.
You get 4 hits with four successes.
Okay, so essentially what tag does is tagging a target negates up to 2 dice and penalties from visibility and light/glare to any affected range attack rolls allies may be making against that target, including blind fire due to invisibility or shooting through cover. Allies who can see the tag may also take 1 additional take aim action against that target as a free action on each initiative pass. So basically, there's a virtual like silhouette and outline of this person up in the mountains for anyone with AR to see it.
Well, in that case, I will reduce the image so that you can now determine where they are.
So that'll basically negate a visibility penalty, won't, or part of the.
Well, it's -5 up there, so it's
Yeah. So now it's -3.
It helps, yeah.
Exactly.
But you also get to take a take aim action as a free action every.
Yeah.
If you can see the AR, yeah.
So that'd be a max. Yeah. All right. Sweet.
That's my turn.
Brilliant. All right. At the end of this round, Carrick, you should enter the initiative, and since you've missed out so far, just enter the initiative at that point.
Okay, I'll just drop myself with everyone else, I guess. Up by where Omen is.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't want you to miss out on the first initiative pass just because you were late.
Could always be chilling in the van with your bro Godfather.
Absolutely. Making cocktails.
That's where the cool kids hang out. Smoking
See,
pot.
you see, the problem is I'm not one of the cool kids.
Oh! You said it, not us.
We just didn't deny it.
Okay,
Anyway,
10.
you never should have become a Shadowrunner.
He just wanted to go on holiday.
Just wanted to see the biggest ruin in the world. That's
He got like the pamphlet. It was like, if you see a Shadowrunner, like call the authorities. It's like, oh, Shadowrunner. That sounds like it could be fun.
I mean, the comparison won't make sense to people who don't know the XYZ, but you are the bruiser of this campaign. By far.
That's a little harsh, man.
he is the Comanche soldier of our party.
That's not like an insult. Like Bruiser was a great character, but just like the whole like inexperience, like just playing a character who barely knows what Shadowrunning is, like.
I mean, I barely know what
just kind of
Shadowrunning
out
is.
of place in the party.
The interesting build. I like
Fair
it.
enough.
No, okay, that way it was. And
Yeah,
Brewster's
it's not.
fair,
It's
but
not a.
Brewster's
Yeah.
player was a good guy.
Yeah, like it's not an insult, but I'm
For
just
a
like
furry.
it's spot on in my eyes.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I
That's a good one.
even fresh. We'll chuck a Fenway in immediately. What do you do, Fenway?
Yeah, might as well. So what's happened? I guess we're attacking the the train for our stuff. I guess these guys are like
Yeah,
Khmer
basic
Rouge, like
situation is,
child soldiers.
Yeah, if you look at the map, that circle is like the mountain and the train tunnel within. There's a bunch of soldiers who have been sort of defending the train, and on both sides of the tunnel there are a bunch of Chimera child soldiers who have basically like got them trapped in there and are waiting to like starve them out. And we just kind of snuck up on them and started shooting.
So these little cop guys, are they on our side?
No.
So they're the children.
Nobody who's not in the party is on our side, except for
These-
the 2 guys in the tunnel.
Yeah, these blue guys were protecting the train, are protecting the train, and that's the reason why the Khmer Rouge haven't taken the train, because they're just waiting for these guys to run out of energy or run out of bullets.
Whichever.
They
Those
besiege
guys
the
might
train.
not know we're on
Yeah.
their side.
Yeah. As far as they know, this is just some independent bandits come to fucking to claim what the Khmer Rouge haven't claimed for themselves.
Okay, I
We
guess.
haven't contacted them or anything.
And the party's like nearby, but like hidden somewhere, I guess. Or are we just standing in
You
a...
see,
I can see where we're
Yeah,
standing.
we're behind trees, behind rocks, that sort of thing. Andre down here has advanced. Indeed, he slipped down the mountainside a little bit, but it's all jungle here, lots and lots of fucking jungle. But you guys are in fairly hardened positions behind rocks, behind tree trunks, etc., etc. Up a mountain on the top of a hill around about 500 meters high. 300 meters, whatever, just whatever you decide, because you position yourself, Dr. B.
Yeah, I'll be next to Ricochet. Can I take cover and cast like a spell in a turn, or is that
Taking
behind-
cover
behind
is
trees?
a simple action.
We can assume that he was already behind cover though, so like that's fine.
okay? Yeah,
So yeah, you can spend a complex action casting a spell.
I'll cast increase reflexes. I'll do force 2 because of my like ability thing. I'll put it on Ricochet.
All right. So that will work immediately. Presumably bumping Ricochet's initiative up.
So I succeed, and then I
How
resist
many
2 drain.
successes?
A 6.
So only 2 successes.
Yeah, so. But I resist the drain, so you get 2 successes on increased reflexes.
Yep, which I believe is +2 initiative and +1 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
That's
correct?
Yep,
Yep.
that's right.
All right, sweet. So that will affect me.
Because like you're not going to get more than 10, are you?
No, it won't give me another action.
So
It'll
won't
give
get
me
one.
+1d6 +1.
Yeah, it'll help next round, but next pass, but not so much this pass. Still
It will
useful.
also potentially help me go sooner in the round.
Yeah. So if you want to roll that immediately, it'll either put you before Omen or not. These guys are on like 2 and on 1. I didn't adjust them, but
Stupid.
it's not going to matter too much this round anyway, because the Khmer Rouge are out of turns except for the heavy machine gunner.
Sorry,
Yeah.
trouble typing. All right. Suck
All
it,
right.
Omen.
It's your go, Ricochet.
All right, so we have identified effectively where this target is located a little bit better.
Yeah, old Matrix has pinged it on your comlink, I presume, and
Yep.
so now we know within like a 3-meter radius where they are.
So I am at long range, extreme range.
Extreme range, right?
which is usually a -6, I believe. And there's no other penalties that give -6. So I'm going to spend a simple action to take aim in that direction.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
Can you
spend...
aim at nothing, or like, you know what I mean?
Well, it lets me. I've got vision magnification.
Yeah.
So using take aim, the first take aim action, lets me hone in with my vision magnification to negate range penalties on
Right.
where the tag is.
Okay.
Which means now the biggest penalty will be the visibility penalty.
Yeah.
Because the way they do penalties in this is a bit different. So you've got like these 4 main categories, and you assign
Yeah.
each of those categories a level, but you only use whichever one is the highest level, which for me was range.
And if there's 2 of the same, then it bumps up to the
And if
next
there's
one.
2 the same, it bumps up. And so visibility and range, I think, were probably both at the highest level.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So that would have bumped me from -6 to whatever is after
-8, I
-6.
think.
So now
Goes
I'm
to
only
10,
now I'm only looking at the -6 for visibility, and I believe the
Right.
tag negates 2 of that.
2 points of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll be looking at only a 4 die penalty, and I'm going to spend another take aim action for my other simple action, to try and just give me some more dice.
Right. Okay, very cool. So that's the end of your
Yep.
your
So I
pass.
won't shoot until next action, but yeah.
All right. I'm sure you'll be able to keep track of that, and we move on to Iron.
Well, I'm just gonna one. What type? I'll summon a. What's really quickly? What does that do? Where is it? That one. Okay, that's fine. I'll just do Air Spirit. And it will be Force. It's Force 5, so it'll make it a Force 6.
I'll give it its resistance.
Skills, spell, summoning, -2, is 11, 6. Should be right. 4 successes on that one.
Okay. Spirit does not arrive.
Oh. Okay. That's the turn.
All right. The heavy machine gunner up here tries to just blast the shit out of the train, hopefully filling the train with enough bullets that it ends up killing the snipers. It's effectively suppressive fire, and that's the end of the round. Oh no, or is it? Does Mage Shaker still got to go, and Andre still got to go?
How much
Yeah.
strain does Omen take? Sorry, Arctic.
Yeah, good call. This guy, he got 5 successes on his resistance.
So take
So
1.
No, it's strain. I think it's successes times 2, isn't it?
Oh, successes times 2.
Or is that binding?
I feel like that's binding because that's a lot of drain.
Yeah, I don't think we've calculated that before, so.
I'll have a research. I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I know binding is successes times 2, and that's
Yeah.
designed to be particularly harsh.
Yeah, so it should be just 1 stun. Sweet.
I was gonna say. Cool.
Or actually,
good.
1 physical.
No, because I summoned it at Force 5, and it bumped up to 6, so I just take stun.
5 successes.
Right. So I think that leaves us with Mage Geeker and Andre still having a pass, and everyone else. Oh no, and the sniper also has a pass, has a turn rather. So yeah, Mage Geeker, then Andre, then whoever the sniper is.
Yeah, that's backwards. The turn is the whole thing. The pass is each individual go.
Right. Thanks for clarifying. Yeah, correcting rather.
Apology. I know Yeah.
No,
sorry.
I want to get it right, so it's not nothing to apologise for.
I like terminology.
It's
So yeah,
important.
Mage-Geeker.
Yeah.
He's used up his movement for this pass. Doesn't particularly feel like geeking any more of these panicking child soldiers. It's just kind of a waste of ammo, really. He will direct his fly spy over on the opposite edge of the mountain to go to where Mako was very helpfully mark the target and see if he can get a visual.
Is it going to be able to cover that amount of space in a single round, 300 meters?
Oh,
Sounds pretty
absolutely
far.
not.
Oh, not? Yeah, I didn't think so. No.
Yeah, it's just going to start moving.
Excellent. Okay, so that's your go, Andre.
Yes, 'cause
Andre will pop a thermal smoke grenade.
Brilliant.
It is twice hits.
How fast it moves? Is that
The
what you
drain
mean?
value is equal to twice the hits.
Oh, it is right. Okay. Well, it got 5 hits. Fucking bam.
You're gonna be okay.
You are
You're gonna be okay.
just about knocked out from that.
So is it 10
Yeah.
hits?
Binding
And
is that it rolls double force, is what makes that really.
Oh, so it would have been 12 instead of 10.
Yeah, for binding. Not
Yeah, it rolled 5 successes on 6 dice, so yeah, 10 stun damage. Fuck.
And then resisted from 4,
So you took 6 stun.
6 stun. Alrighty. Fuck.
You start vomiting.
Spirits are getting sick of your shit.
Yeah, tell me
Yeah.
about it.
That was a really good roll.
It was. I needed that to hit with a gun instead of a spear. Anyway, yeah, Andre, you are under fire.
I pop that thermal smoke grenade. It's me a 10-meter
Around
bubble.
yourself. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, cool. Absolutely. I'll give you an aura. I'll make sure that you can see the aura. All right,
I'm not too worried about it.
No, me neither. I
That's-
just chuck it
I
down.
want to hide.
Brilliant. That's the main thing. So you dump a thermal down on yourself, and you hope for the best. Thermographic vision is obviously not going to see through a thermal grenade. That's the whole point. They will take the aim action. Can you aim at something you can't see, though?
Not really. He can hold his action until he sees something.
It's more like it, yeah. But if it goes to the next initiative turn, does holding the action help? Not really, hey.
Theoretically, try a long shot perception test to see if you can see him moving through the smoke. That'd be a huge
Or
penalty.
blind fire.
Yeah.
Or blind fire.
Yeah, we'll go with blind fire's not their style. So yeah, they'll hold their action. It turns out to be useless, and we go back to the start of the turn. All right, new fresh round.
Roll for initiative.
Click.
Alright, I'll have to roll my initiative in 2 steps.
Yeah.
Just because of the spell won't be factored into my macro.
He rolls one. He's doing it. All Alright, I think that's everyone. Back to the top with Andre. You are in thermal smoke.
I would like to do a stealth check to move out of here.
Sure. There's plenty of rocks and trees and roots and gullies, dry creek banks, wet creek banks. Yeah.
And I would like to move towards that rocket launcher.
Okay. The conditions are very good. You've got all the cover you could need. You've got thermal smoke. You were able to crawl along there. I guess, is crawling half speed? I don't know.
I don't know what.
You make ground anyway. You won't make it to the rocket launcher, but you make ground.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good enough. All right, Mage Geeker.
Godfather is going to spend a complex action to jump between devices. He's
Yeah.
gonna drop out of Mage Geeker and into the truck he's in.
Okay.
And
1
then
kilometer away, right?
yes.
Okay, cool. Yep, please continue.
He's gonna spend his movement for the turn, trying to. I'm not exactly sure how it would scale out, but he's gonna try to get as close as he can to the sniper position along the roads.
All right. Yeah, you're still going to be roughly 1 kilometer away because the tracks are about 1 kilometer away from the road.
That's
So
going to be
it's
some pretty astronomical noise, isn't it? Are you going to be able to get through that?
Sat link.
Sweet. Nice.
Yeah, plus RCC gives noise compensation out the
Oh yeah,
ass, and I've
I
got
know
some
jungle like
for it.
something like 1 noise per 5 meters or something. That's all.
That's dense
Yeah,
foliage like canopy.
Yeah.
Can I move at a sort of sideways angle? What I'm trying to get is about within 500 meters of his position.
you'll have to drive through the jungle, and that's pretty damn hard because there's buttress roots and creeks and all that sort of shit. It's dirt bike country.
Very good at driving.
True.
And this is a very heavy duty off-road truck designed for this kind of shit.
Yeah, good point. The penalties would be about -10. You probably have some sort of compensation against that, but that's the sort of thing you're talking. I don't know if you've ever seen the jungle before, but if you can imagine what it would be like to drive through the Amazon, it's worse than that because the awakened jungle is far more fucking big than the modern jungle. So, this isn't like driving through the forest. It's not.
Oh yeah.
This is driving through fucking the Congo.
Yeah. I've got a quality that negates 2 terrain penalties, so it'd be a -8. And
Still a -8.
yeah. It's something I think I can do. So
Cool.
Godfather's gonna try to make that heading.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's basically the way vehicle tests work over a turn is it's 1 complex action per turn to maintain control of a vehicle, essentially.
Yeah, that works. You've got branches smashing your windscreen. You've got tapirs or something, probably not tapirs, but wild pigs or something running out of the way. It's wild. It's fucking wild. You're driving through creeks that are 1.5 meters deep. It's wild.
That works.
Brilliant. All right, Mako.
All right, 1 simple action to maintain the tag for the entire turn, and I think I will take a 2nd simple action to take cover, not expose myself to any more shots than I have to. So that'll be me for the.
Brilliant. Ricochet.
All right. I am going to. So we can't see where this guy specifically is, even with the tag, can we?
No.
I mean, basically, but not specific.
Within 2 or 3 meters.
But I'll be looking at a blind 5 penalty though, won't I?
Oh, well and truly. Yeah.
So all right. So I'm gonna
Perfect for mortars. But sorry, yeah, please.
try and blind fire
Cool.
into that area with a full auto burst. So we're looking at -4 for visibility, -6 for blind fire. Do you get visibility and blind fire, or does the blind fire kind of supersede the visibility?
I don't know.
I believe blind fire is like shooting at someone on the opposite side of a wall, or
Which is
Yeah,
what they
something
basically
like
are.
that, where you,
Yeah.
like you're shooting at someone you don't really know where they are, but you do. You know.
Yeah. Which is
Well, yeah,
exactly
but
the
like
situation.
is visibility still a factor if you're blind firing? Is
Yeah.
what I'm wondering.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It'll be
blind
-10.
firing in a pitch black room is harder than blind firing in a fully illuminated room. You know.
Yeah, kind of makes sense, sort of.
Or with the sun in your eyes or some shit. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, if the brick wall's only 2 meters wide, it's much easier than if the brick wall is 12 meters wide because you don't know exactly where they're going to be. All right, so yeah, it looks like a -10 penalty.
In that case, I'm not going to get any dice really worth
They're in
throwing at it.
they're in the same situation, right? Like they could
Yeah.
have fired at Andre, but what's the fucking use, you know?
In which
Like-
case, can I try and make a perception check to see where they are?
Yeah, absolutely. The penalties
got
are
a-
probably the same though. Like,
I got vision mag. I've got low light. Damn.
so it's just the jungle itself, which would provide like a -5 or something imposed.
Perception at -5.
Yeah. Too many trees and monkeys.
That's a good. I got a visual specialization.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a crack.
Brilliant.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Not bad on 8 dice.
It's a woman, an Asian woman.
And I believe using a skill is a complex action, so that'll be my whole turn.
All right. The heavy machine gunner lines up one of the soldiers, shoots, takes them out. The fence is beginning to thin. Omen.
I'm gonna try and slap a stun med kit. I don't actually know how to use them.
It's a slap patch. It's like it's just a skin patch. You slap it on your neck, and it temporarily removes. You have I give you some rating 3 and rating 6 ones. Which one do you want to use?
I'm pretty much max on stun. I only got like a few more
Yeah.
boxes, so I'll probably use a rating 6
Yeah.
for this one.
So yeah, it temporarily removes 6 boxes of stun, and when it wears off, you'll get 7.
Okay, that's all right. How long does that
And it's
last?
think like rating times 10 minutes. You have about an hour.
Right. Okay, we should be done in an hour, hopefully. If not, fuck me. Okay.
Yeah.
How
And
do I
it is,
use one?
and it's just a super caffeine patch. I think it's simpler complex action. Let me check.
Righty.
Pick up a down object versus use simple device. Simple action.
Simple. Okay, and it just takes 6 straight up for now.
Yep, just instantly heal, or doesn't heal, it instantly takes away 6 stun temporarily.
Cool. Okay. Hmm. That's a simple action, I guess, is just getting down another simple action. Like, I guess I would be in cover already, but would giving a simple action be giving orders to my people I've mind controlled? Or is that a complex?
With the spell, you said it was a simple, right? You know, you could give orders and then complex or reckless spellcast in the same turn, that would make it a simple action.
Yeah, I believe so. I got my spell here. Standard action.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay,
Simple
then
action.
I'll if there's any child soldiers still like sort of there, I basically put it into the people's heads that I'm controlling that all this gunfight, they're probably going to turn on us. We should take them out first and get them to shoot the other kids that are still trying to fight.
I know.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. The guys inside the train return fire. The sniper puts a round into the heavy machine gunner, injures them, but doesn't take them out. Fenway.
I can see the heavy like machine gunner, can't I?
This guy over here, probably blocked by the mountain, by the circle.
Okay, that's it. I think I understand what I'm saying now.
Yeah, that circle is the mountain, and the train is going through a tunnel within the mountain.
Oh yes, okay, I definitely understand now. So and the people on
Cool.
this side, these are like the teenagers, aren't they?
That's right. All the guys, yeah, they're all teenagers, but yeah, except for the heavy weapons specialists, and the rocket launcher's taken out. I mean, the only real threat is the machine gunner that we can't see, and of course the sniper, whom we know to be really dangerous.
Yeah, so I'll just. I've only got 9, so I can't like go total. But I'll just try to like hide from the sniper as much as possible, like, so he can't see me.
Brilliant. All right. These guys open fire with their AKs. A few more injuries are suffered. These guys open fire. No, they're not gaining any ground, but Omen's mind-controlled soldiers ambush this warband who's already a little bit injured, and effectively destroys it. The entire western side, the side we're attacking from, the entire western side is now in complete disarray. All right, back to Andre.
Now, no one is fired at the guy up on top of the mountain.
Go.
Whatever.
Didn't
believe so.
Ricochet just shoot at her?
No,
No, he
I
spotted
couldn't
her.
see her, so but now that I've spotted her, I'm gonna shoot her next action. Yeah,
Get it.
she's still there.
So,
But I think I'm the only one that can actually see her at the moment.
and I can't move my full movement because I'm stealthing.
I think you said you were crawling, didn't you?
No, I just said I was doing a stealth check.
Yeah, right. I don't know the rules for that. I don't know.
I
Anyone know? Like, can you move full speed under stealth?
I have absolutely no
I think
clue.
it's your walk rate. If you run, you lose stealth.
That seems logical to me.
all right. I will take a hit of cram.
Good man.
Remember, winners use drugs.
That's right. Just ask the Nazis. Wait a minute.
What an asshole.
The minimum.
Oh well. It'll be going next round.
All
That'll
right.
that'll basically be me until I can move again.
Brilliante. Mage Geeka, I think this is your last pass. Is that right? You went on 36 originally, were you? You're on 26?
I had 26.
Yeah.
I'm now on
And-
16.
Oh,
and
right.
At the
This
end
is
of this,
only.
will be on 6.
Right.
Everybody
Of
go
course,
ahead and
yeah.
drop your initiative 10. This is the second
Already
pass.
done.
Excellent.
Okay. I didn't really bother rolling initiative for it because it's just a flying camera, basically.
Good call.
But the fly spy will continue flying towards the sniper, and Godfather will make his check to make sure he doesn't crash. -8.
Big toucan tries to swallow the fly spy. Brilliant. Yeah, you fly straight past it after real dragonflies instead.
My calculations, it'll take me about 2 more turns, not rounds, to get within the range I need.
No worries. Not that long at all, really.
Yeah.
Okay. Brings us to our communist hero. Does the communist hero have any targets at all? Like, I think everyone is pretty much either hidden behind a fucking mountain or hidden behind thermo or something. Maybe the drone, possibly.
She is thermo. It would have a heat emission, but because it's a drone, it has like a low one.
Right. It's probably the only thing she can potentially see. So, yeah, we'll give her a. She'll have to make a perception check to spot us in the first place.
Makes a perception check -4 because it's camo cloaked, and that would be negated by thermo, but the heat emission gives a -3, I think, because it's a drone off the like sensor table.
Right. Right. Okay.
So it would be opposed by its stealth roll, I think.
Yeah, so make a stealth check, and we'll see how she goes.
Are you shitting? I don't have this macroed.
Huh.
4 successes.
No gunfire is heard, and we come to make her.
Okay. I'm gonna rig up a line to descend down into the valley. Throw a rope down, hook it up to a rock or something. Just get ready to be able to climb down next round.
Right. Ricochet.
All right. So now that I have got a bead on her,
Yeah.
so I'm going to once again spend my first action taking aim to negate the range penalty or reduce the range penalty with image mag, and then I will take aim with my second simple action
Brilliant. You have lined her up.
because this is an extreme range. So yeah, got to make this shot count. She's got
Yeah.
range.
Don't forget your free aim.
Do I get a free aim?
Yeah, she's
Oh,
marked.
I thought it was just
With
like
the
a
tag
extra
action.
aim.
You can take an extra aim as a free action. Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought it just meant I could like aim one more
No.
time. Okay, so I'm triple aiming.
All right. You have got. Is that like your maximum? Three aims?
Your aim is equal to half your willpower, rounded up, rounded down, rounded up. I think.
Shadowrun, it's always rounded up.
Yeah, always up. Yeah.
But does the tag, I think, let you aim one additional time as well? I feel like that was part of the tag thing.
Yeah, that's also a like. Doesn't Smart Gun give you that?
No, Smart Gun just makes aiming way better.
Yeah, that's it. It gives you both the bonuses.
Gives
Yeah.
you both bonuses, yeah. But I haven't got a smart link on this gun, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, 'cause it's LMG.
Not yet, anyway.
Huh.
Yeah, so I've triple aimed for now. I can aim 4 times, 3 times. So I've maxed my aim out.
Andre.
I hide more.
Yeah. Just
I can't really do much from here.
understandable.
So I will remain where I am until the end of this turn.
Better than copying a sniper bullet. Magica.
Godfather. He's already been training to control the vehicle. Doesn't really have a ton else to do this turn. I think he'll just make a full defense, I guess, or not a full defense. Actually, yeah, because you can do that as an action instead of spending initiative. Yeah, he'll do that.
No, it doesn't increase the number of tags I can take. Just makes it a free action. All right, so I've only aimed twice. Cool.
Okay. The sniper is really in two minds at this point. Should I stay or should I go? There's nothing to shoot at, but it would be premature to abandon my position. So I'm going to do an open roll. And on a 1, she stays, and on a 2, she goes. All right, she's sticking around. She is still within Ricochet's vision. He's still got a bead on her, and she is desperately trying to find someone, but there's no one to find. She's wearing a ghillie suit, by the way, an old-fashioned ghillie suit. But there's nothing she can see, nothing she can do. So, yeah, she doesn't have a lot of options, which brings us up to, I think, Andre's last pass, and then a fresh initiative turn.
I will not take that last bet.
Understandable.
Nothing screws up initiative like a fucking sniper.
Hey,
Right.
you know,
What do
if they
you
were
do?
closer,
Nothing.
Yeah, she is the spanner in these works.
Spread us out across this massive battlefield. Let's pick off all these child soldiers, and then it's that fucking scene from Saving Private Ryan where they're just walking through the town, and there's the sniper in the bell tower, and everything's just like grinds to a halt while they have to deal with him.
Mm.
that's why you have Mortarman.
I'm
Yeah.
working on that.
Yeah, fireball would be useful.
That's right. That's right. This is my. Well, we'll see who gets a shot, me or the machine gun.
Oh, it'll be you. Your initiative's like buttloads higher than mine.
Well, yeah, I still have to spot her.
Fresh initiative.
Oh, okay.
I've got the wrong fucking. That's why I couldn't pick my token last turn.
Okie dokie.
Hey, since fireball is like line of sight, wouldn't like a bunch of mages just be like really good aircraft, like anti-aircraft?
Yeah.
Technically, yeah. The yeah, like a mage with binoculars is a fairly scary sniper. the one caveat is it can't be like a camera. It has to be like actual reflected light. So it has to be like optical. Yeah.
Because if it's a camera, you could just say, "Oh, I see someone through like a CCTV,"
Oh,
just
yeah.
fireball them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't do that.
I mean, because that would be
But
actually
they
just
make
overpowered. You just
There's
put,
some
yeah, they do make shit
workarounds,
like
but
like mage, or like if a mage gets cyberized, if they spend essence to get cyberized, they can get shit like vision enhancement, and that works for spell casting or vision magnification rather, so they can have like innate spell sniping. It's dope. Anyway,
Right. Brilliant, brilliant. Andre, you are in 100% cover.
I would like to move into. I want that rocket launcher.
All right, she's within range now. You crawl over there and arm yourself with this single shot shoulder mounted explosive device.
Oh man.
Can I see that bitch on the?
No, but you know where she is. You can't see her, but you've got her image link targeted. You know what I mean?
I have the same. I think we have the same cyber eyes.
Good point. Yeah. Okay. Valid. Yeah. If you can see
Yeah.
through Ricochet's eyes, then you can see it.
I think
Well, no,
have you got all your wireless stuff?
I thought once we purged that.
Ah, you put them on. Sweet.
yeah, if you've got your wireless on, then you can see.
Yeah. Whatever you
But,
think, whatever you would have done, I'm fine with that. I won't overrule it.
Well, no, that's a good point. That's is it? You had to make a roll to see her, though, right?
Yeah, I made a perception text to identify where exactly she was.
Yeah, he already had the little box around her from Mako, but he's now got a proper visual on her as well.
Yeah. Can I try to make that same proper visual?
Yeah, great. Go ahead.
I mean that's what I was asking. Is that like I have the same like magnification thing on my cyber eyes.
Yeah, I thought you were saying you were basically looking through his eyes. Yeah, no worries. So yeah, go ahead and make that check. It's pretty difficult, but not so difficult since she's already cyber marked.
So visual perception -5.
Oh shit! I can't even make that. Never mind.
All right, no worries.
I guess I will take aim at the center of that box.
That works. You can do that.
And I will give Ricochet the first opportunity to. I wouldn't know that, but out of game, I'll give him the first shot.
Indeed. All right. Le Godfather.
will remain in control of his vehicle.
I mean, out of game, I wouldn't mind
There
hanging
you
onto that
go.
rocket launcher just for a hardened target as well.
Yeah, was it like a striker?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, probably want to like literally a disposable missile launcher.
Like an AT-4.
Yep, that's what it is.
That'll be good if we need to bust a bunker or something.
or like if we're attacking
might
an
edge
airfield
that
and they have a
roll.
tank, but like I don't know, like that's a very specific situation.
Well, technically, when we're attacking this airfield, we're gonna have the tank.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Let's just go with this one. We'll worry about that one next.
One success
Okay.
on your driving check.
2 successes with the edge.
Ooh, 2 successes with the edge. All right, so you get tangled up in a golden orb spiderweb, but with the second success, you then break out of it. You don't make a lot of progress this round, however. You got like land smack bang into this nearly invisible spiderweb that's really super thick and strong, but you at least have the momentum to break through it. You probably make like half the distance you would have normally made without.
At least it wasn't an orichalcum orb spider.
Wasn't a what?
Orichalcum orb spider, that would have been
An
fun.
orichalcum orb spider. Yeah, no, just the golden orb.
My safety magic suit.
Cool. Might need it. Might need it.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna get like covered in fucking awakened spiders or some shit. Anyway,
She's gonna make another perception check at this point.
I can.
Oh no, she is. Like, is that the end of your turn? Sorry.
Yeah, the fly spy keeps moving.
Yeah. He gets caught up, but then makes a little bit more ground regardless. Whoa. What is that gonna mean? Yeah. So Andre's probably broken cover to pick up the missile launcher and put it on his shoulder and to bring her into visual. And Andre, you're looking at her. You see her looking at you. You're basically looking down each other's scope, more or less, right? So you've lined her up. She's lined you up. Classic sniper trigger finger. Anyone who's played Counter-Strike or any similar game probably knows the situation well. So that brings us to Mako.
Okay, well, simple action to take cover, and I'm going to fire, I guess, a long burst down at, not a long burst, a short burst.
Are you going to spend a simple
Down
action
here.
to maintain your tag?
I can do it any time. Yeah, I might as well do that this round, the first one time. So maintain tag and take cover.
All right, so that's the end of your part. All right, Ricochet. She is not looking at Andre, but Trey.
All right, so I've got 2 aims on her at the moment. -4 for visibility, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to use both of the aims to get bonuses to my dice pool.
Sure.
Which will was 10. Should I spend edge on this? I think I should. Should I spend it before or after though? I think I'll spend it after if I need. Now, spending edge, it lets you reroll all fails, doesn't it?
That's correct.
If
you do it afterwards.
Yeah, spending before lets you add your edge to the dice pool and rule of 6. Like I should have spent it before. There's a few 6s. Yeah, I'm going to spend edge for another 5 dice on that. Oops. That's 1 more success. So I got 6 successes on a full auto burst. Sorry, long burst, simple action, long burst. Which is -5 dice on her defense test if she gets one.
Right. So it reduces at 1, so how many net successes is that? 5 still?
5 net successes, which means she is currently taking 14 physical damage with
how
an
much
AP of minus.
Okay, well, at least you got the armor to survive it.
Yeah, I've only got regular ammo. So.
Oh shit! How much damage did you say?
14.
Grievous as you might have hoped.
That's still good.
Might
I'm happy with that.
Mess up her aim though.
Yeah, and it's going to leave a blood trail if she retreats. Okay, that brings us to Fenway.
I don't even. Actually, I'll summon a spirit.
All right.
Yeah, Spirit of Beast. I'll go 4-6.
Brilliant.
She's just lucky I don't have a real gun.
Indeed. Indeed. You've been a little bit nerfed for the whole party from the start.
Okay, it's 5 success.
But that nerfing is about to end very soon. The beast spirit gets, just rolling, 0 successes. You have 5 tasks and no drain.
Could I send the Beast Spirit out after the sniper?
You could, I think, as a remote service, give him like a vague instruction that there's a sniper there somewhere and he can go find her.
You'll have to do it next round, though, I think, because isn't it complex action
Yeah.
to summon a spirit?
Yeah.
But I know about the heavy
Cool.
gunner, don't I? They could also send the
Yeah,
Spirit
yeah,
after that.
the heavy machine gun. You certainly do. You can hear the bastard, and we saw him on our initial visual assessment.
Anything over there will be a remote service, so it will consume all of your services.
Okay. All right. Something to consider for next round. Omen.
There's one more squad down here, or there's 2.
Yeah, there's a couple more down here as
Oh,
well,
yeah.
but they're in
I
utter
can see them.
disarray at the moment. Like they are, they're about as useless as shit on toast. You know, it's not a good day to be a 15-year-old Khmer soldier.
Righty. I'm gonna command them. Honestly, our best hope to survive this is to help the people that are attacking us, and then a good way to help is be body shields, and they're gonna basically be a body shield for Andre. They're trying to block the
Alright.
sniper's bullets to give disadvantage. I don't know, something. And then that's all I'll do.
The heavy machine gunner tries to do a bit of a retreating action, laying down suppressive. The sniper, we'll give him an open roll to see how he goes. Bam! Wounds the heavy machine gunner almost critically. The gunner effectively can do suppressing fire and basically nothing else at this point. They're too heavily injured to be a real threat. The drone.
The drone is effectively not an initiative. It's not doing anything.
Yeah, right, but it's moving forward to reach her, isn't it?
Different drone.
Oh, of course it is. That's not the fly spy. Yeah, thanks. All right.
Yeah. That thing is about 50 meters away, though, so it's about visual range, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the way I thought of it as well. Probably getting glimpses of her as she tries to assess her situation. The drone will see her dirt bike. Okay. These guys lay down more suppressing fire, but their commander's evacuating. They're going to do the same thing. At this point, the Western soldiers have had enough. They're going to run into the hills. They'd rather face the wrath of the Tigers and potentially the Supreme Leader than die here and now. These ones who are much closer, they just throw down their arms and just surrender and cry and hope that Americanos are more merciful than their own commissars. These ones run over to protect Andre, although Andre may not know that's what they're doing as they run over towards him. Andre, you have a bunch of 14-year-olds and 12-year-olds getting in your.
If I've been aiming, would I even notice that?
Maybe
If I
not,
zoomed
but
in on her.
they've sort of they're waving their arms in front of you. It'll only impose a single die penalty, but it's not a situation where you're going to want to glitch. Put it that way.
I will do the take aim action, and I will edge that, and I will fire at her.
Right. This is what we've all been waiting for. Roll those sixes again.
It didn't do it automatically.
Oh, does it? I did it. Right. I'm my mistake.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Didn't have-
Cool. But it did roll. All right. There's not a lot of the ways she can do to dodge this. I assume the blast radius is. If the blast radius is bigger than how far you can move, then you simply can't get out of it. Is that?
Yeah, you can get far enough that like it reduces the damage, but you can't fully escape it if your movement won't cover it.
All right. Not in the precarious position she is. She'd have to basically jump off the mountain, which is probably a good idea, but she may regret not jumping off the mountain. In any case, you have hit. Full damage, modified by your armor and all that, etc. So, assuming
What
4.
kind of
Yep.
or what kind of missile was it loaded with?
Heavy explosive. High explosive.
Got it.
How much damage is
Check
that? 16?
I think that's grenades. I don't think it, or I don't know if missiles do the same.
Not a one.
No, I think they're normally different.
Yeah, rockets. High explosive is 21
Fuck
damage
yes.
minus 2 armor piercing.
Only 2. How lame.
Yeah, it was an
Okay.
anti-vehicle.
I guess that's right. It's not a titanium headed fucking depleted uranium round. So all right.
Those
She
are
does
only
have some-
slightly more expensive.
That's it. Khmer Rouge, they're always doing things on the cheap. Fly bastards. Okay, she does have pretty decent armor though. That's on her side. -2 is going to be. Okay, she's still got a few dice to resist. She's going to need them. Oh no, 15 points of damage. That wipes her off the planet.
Yeah, she was pretty wounded already, I think. So
Exactly. Unfortunately, it will also destroy the Ares Desert Strike.
yeah,
You fuck.
Totally worth it.
Yeah. I say as I was literally planning to mortar her in the coming round.
You idiot! I would have done that if I had the chance.
Yeah, I was lining it up.
I don't. It was such a good shot. I mean, like distance-wise. Like I feel like I've now been successful at this character.
Fucking long shot now that you pointed it out, actually. That's,
Well,
like
I had to
half a
look it
mile.
up.
Yeah, fucking
Fuck
sniper.
me.
Actually, like I can expect like the
2100
sniper
feet,
watching that
it's right
rocket
under that.
slowly flying towards it. It was like, I wish it was my turn so I could walk out the way.
That's it. She looks over the edge of the cliff. It's a 200-meter drop. Oh, fuck.
You would have about 4. What you talk about might know better, but 100 feet per second on an 8.
300 meters a second. Yeah, take about 2 or 3 seconds to get there. So yeah, that's pretty much an entire round.
It's much faster than I thought then.
yeah, rocket science.
The battle. is
Yeah,
won.
no, they can't be.
They're kind of rocket there.
It's the 6th world. Maybe they're faster now.
That magic exists, but like
Just
I can't believe that
yeah.
rockets can travel that quickly. That's beyond that shatters my like immersion.
That's it's bullshit. How determined are we to catch these common soldiers and heavy gunner before they reach their motorbike?
I want that heavy machine gun. I'll stick my drone on him.
All right.
It's faster than them, almost certainly.
Almost certainly. Is it faster than a dirt bike though?
Depends on what the
Bullets
dirt
are-
bike's speed is.
I mean, I can just send my spirit to just bring me the heavy machine gun, can't I?
Yeah, probably.
It just
yeah,
picks up the soldier and brings the soldier with the gun to us.
Yeah, we'll just use that as the ruling. Yeah. The drone can probably catch it and can probably take him out. The spirit can definitely catch it and can retrieve the machine gun. The rest of the common soldiers get away. Most of them 2 or 3 to a single motorbike. They've only got 2 or 3 motorbikes between them. But it's a victory. You dare I say a flawless one.
Yeah, it's make sure the guys in the tunnels know we're friendly.
Yeah,
How
remind
do you do
yourselves that
that?
overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
These kids waving their arms in front of me. How old are they?
They range from about 2 years old through to 20. No, seriously though, they range from about the age of maybe 11 or 12 up to about 17.
Does a 17-year-old have facial hair?
Yes.
He gets shot in the head.
Bam. The rest of them all cry.
I'll secure the other 3 after giving them a thorough. I want to catch a grenade later.
Sure. You take their grenades, their Molotovs. One of them's a girl.
So, I mean, I'm not going to do anything. Just make sure they don't have weapons.
Can
Does
we
she
like
have
hack
facial
into
hair?
their like
Yeah,
comms
man.
to like speak to them?
Yeah, they have comlinks. That's what they've got. Comlinks. The metal link or whatever the cheapest shittest comlink is. They've got metal links. They've got a pineapple grenade. They've got a Molotov. They've got some fucking rations that are probably human flesh or dog meat or rat meat or something like that. A handful of
Can I
rounds.
just specify human meat was actually an option?
Maybe it could be human meat. It's a bit difficult to tell. I mean,
Steer
Long pork.
like there's. Trust me, in the sixth world, the humans. There's probably more human biomass than pretty much any other animal on the planet. So,
Oh yeah, no, but I'm just thinking.
Have your Soylent Green bar.
that's right.
Our primary distaste for ghouls is that they consume human flesh.
They don't
these
cook it
guys in the
first.
same boat?
That's the problem.
It's a necessary part of their diet is the problem. Like we can
Mm-hmm.
go without.
These guys like they might not have ordered the human flesh. They might not have got the the McAmericano burger, but they eat what they're given, or they eat a fucking bullet. So you know what I mean.
And after I secure these 3, I will take my jade knife and make sure that none of these people on the ground are faking.
Oh man, they're so shit scared of you. Like if you tell them to kill each other, they'll do it here and there.
But facial hair or females are my limit. If any of them are alive, I'll take off their weapons and bring them back to the other one.
Brilliant. So to specify, you're killing anyone who is basically a male who's gone through puberty. Is that right?
Yeah, if I think they've reached manhood and they're with Khmer Rouge. Yeah.
Done. They cry like little children, but that means nothing to you. They got whiskers. Their balls have dropped. That's death. The Khmer Rouge would not be that merciful. They would kill the children and the women as well.
Moral high ground achieved.
Exactly.
Paper thin margins are still margins.
They are.
You're like they're on the road and you're on the sidewalk, like that one step up.
Exactly. Maybe you're actually in the gutter. You're not really on the sidewalk, but you're almost at the sidewalk.
Black and gray morality.
At least I know where the sidewalk is from where I am.
Hey man, when you're in Cambodia, you can't tell the gutter from the sidewalk anyway. It's all full of rubbish and shit.
Oh, but I was saying about hacking the comlinks. Couldn't someone like, well, Can't we communicate with the people inside using comlinks, the tunnel?
Yeah,
I mean-
absolutely.
Could probably start yelling at him through my truck's loudspeakers.
Too. They'd shit themselves if the truck suddenly switched itself on. They'd be, what the fuck? Imagine how scary that'd be. Like, you think that you might have just won the battle, and then fucking Voltron activates behind you.
Yeah, I don't think I want to risk them blowing it up, but we could send a spirit in.
Let's just like
What?
yell at them from around the corner where they can't shoot at us.
I was well, I mean, I'm out here. They must see me dispatching and taking prisoners.
And
I can
they've
speak
lined you
command.
up. Yeah. They don't
Hold
have
on.
they don't have you in their scopes, but they've got their guns pointed at you, right? Because they hope you're on their side, but they're ready to be wrong.
And these soldiers are
I
probably
will,
they're probably like Kaimer soldiers. They can speak Kaimer, right?
Yeah, command. Yeah.
I can also speak Khmer. But yeah, I'll do the hands up. And
Trey's still invisible.
oh shit! Very good
There's
point,
this-
Doman. Very good
there's
point.
this- this fucking
Loading
rocket launcher
assault
pointing at him
rifle,
like
like
that.
holding all these kids.
I'm still on my
Holy
way down the
fuck.
mountain. I don't know what you're doing.
Can I make my
I
way down the
guess-
mountain as well?
Yeah.
And I guess
We have got the tac packs with the cameras and the contacts, so
okay.
you can't
Yeah,
technically see what he's doing,
Okay,
provided
cool.
Trey's wearing it.
Oh, is he wearing one? If he is, then I'll just drop it because I see the fight's over.
yeah, can I try to get to like the entrance of the tunnel, but like not put myself in a place that can get shot, like sort of like that?
Yeah. All right. They will
Sort of like that.
surrender.
Yeah, I was going to shout
Yeah.
Kaimu into like the tunnels, like we're here to help.
Yeah, they lower their weapons and who sent you?
I just like we did this to get our stuff back,
The
didn't we?
Interior Minister.
Yeah, that guy, the Interior Minister.
Thank the Naga, thank the Garuda that you are here. We thought that we were a goner. One of the snipers takes his final hit of beta meth just to perk himself up. Gives a bit of a sniffle.
Yeah, I'm gonna gather up all the weapons and grenades and children and deposit them by the van.
You get about 35 grenades and the same number of Molotovs and so much fucking ammunition.
All assault rifle ammunition.
Mostly, yeah. A couple of them have like light or heavy pistols.
All regular
But,
ammunition.
All regular, yeah.
That's fuck. I will not keep the Molotovs.
Yeah, they're pretty
Oh.
unstable.
What do you want us to roll for the ammo? Because Godfather will probably want to take all of that.
Sure.
The assault rifle ammo.
Make it 3D100 assault rifle rounds and 2D100 each light and heavy pistol round. Or 1D100 each
2D100.
light and heavy. Well, yeah, one D100
add a-
for each light.
Out of game, I'm assuming we're turning a lot of that over to the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Maybe the light and pistol rounds, but AR rounds.
It's not the rounds,
I have a lot of
but
assault rifles.
I mean, yeah, bundle up 10 assault rifles. And not the Yakuza, the Triads. I thought we were gonna go.
Sorry, try it. Sorry. No, I meant try it.
hit
Sorry.
that
fuck it. Oh, I
Um,
rolled a
holy shit.
1d00.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Fuck
And-
yeah.
I mean, I passed my composure test, but I still take a bottle of the one of the bottles of Molotovs and try and figure out if it's like okay alcohol to drink, consume, or if it's like gasoline or some shit.
Yeah, mm, it'll get you drunk, but it'll also make you blind in the process.
Oh,
Don't
I
be a
passed my
bitch.
test, so I'm good. Fuck that. Only the highest of liquor.
Worst follower of seduction ever.
I passed my fucking test. I don't need. I'm gonna go get drunk to celebrate once we're done. Not on this cheap shit.
And 35 grenades.
So,
Oh shit! I thought that was Godfather writing that down. I apologize. If we really wanted, we could probably get more if we went through the jungle and
Yeah,
start
but
taking
it's
them
not
out of
worth
the-
hunting those guys. Got it down.
So has the train
The,
derailed? Or is that just
the train has derailed.
Okay.
But before we get to that, I'll just one more thing. This high explosive dude, he had a pair of smart goggles rating 2.
Hmm.
I will give those to Mako.
Since to wrap up now, I will try to get through a fair bit of information quite quickly. Let's see what we've got here.
I
First
would like
mission
to
there
check
we-
out the sniper nest.
Oh, it's pretty fucked, eh? It got hit by a
Unlikely we can recover anything, but if we could get maybe recover what's left of a comlink, we might still be able to get some data out of it.
comlink fucked, eh? The Yamaha Growler is okay, but everything that she was carrying, even her armor, has been incinerated.
I mean,
it got.
if we can
got blown,
identify her,
it's
like she might be like a high value target.
Oh, you
Because, like,
can't. I don't think you'll be able to identify her at this point.
Bring back her skull.
Collect some DNA and maybe we can get lucky later.
Yeah,
On that
DNA,
note-
that'll work. Yeah,
Or like
DNA.
something
On
in
that
the
note,
truck
was
could
there
tip us
anything
off.
I recognised from any of the comlink files we've been looking at?
Say again.
We haven't really got pictures of anyone, have we? Yeah, no, never mind.
No, I don't
really.
think you do. No.
We-
Just of the
we can-
original 3.
We could show her a picture or something, assuming you had a camera to clockwork
Nah.
later.
It's not Boang, and so you can rule that female out. The chef was a male. You know what Boang looks like. It's not her, and so it's a female who is not Boang.
Oh wait, you kept Clockwork alive. I'm surprised you didn't kill him.
We said he was an alright guy.
Yeah. Okay.
So it says the person
so,
who just shot a child for having like some facial hair. So sorry for underestimating your moral like stances.
I've only got 2 minutes left now, and so
That's
I really will try to get through what's inside the train. There is 2,000 litres of diesel. There is, of course, our own vehicle, which we came to rescue, and then wreckage which Mako put onto the train. It is, how do you call them? An auto dock? Yeah, it's an auto dock. Which basically, as I understand it, is what does surgery for you. You jump in your auto dock and it does the rest. That is an auto dock, right?
Yeah,
I think so,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think we get
cool.
what she was trying to get at. Yeah.
So it's quite a
Brilliant.
powerful thing to own then.
I'm picturing the thing from Prometheus.
That
Or
works.
like the
I
one from
can't
like
think-
Stargate as well. Had them as well, I think.
Never seen Stargate. I thought that they were in the base game, but maybe they're in the medical book or something. I'm almost certain they're auto docks in Shadowrun, like fucking 99% sure.
There probably is. I mean, there's like, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a Valkyrie module, which is like something you could put in a vehicle, and it's basically a mobile hospital. So
That's
I
what it
assume like a
is.
home installed version equivalent. Yeah.
Exactly what it is, and it's a mobile hospital. That's exactly what it is, and that's what you recover.
Sweet. I'll put that in my truck.
Flawless victory, 7 karma.
Dice.
Any further questions before I leave?
Will we be able to
how many
get back to
prisoners?
the hotel in time? at all, or?
Yeah, you can get back to the place safely. You get attacked by a tiger along the way, but you can run that bastard over if you want.
But pet tiger.
My question
Yeah.
can wait till next session. It's fine.
Sure.
It's a bit of a long one.
Yeah.
Do we want to bring the bike?
Sure.
Yes.
Might as well. It's
Yeah,
loot.
yeah.
Chuck it in the back of the pickup.
Yep, exactly.
It has suspension modifier to give it +1 handling.
Sweet offer of suspension.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, question. Did you kill any spirits like this session?
Negative.
Okay.
Not while you were here.
Well, I mean, if I'm getting the 7 karma, if you killed a spirit, I should get like less as well.
Yeah.
You talked us out of it. We were gonna, just for sport, but
Came across a bunny spirit. We were going to skin it. It was like, nah. Fenway wouldn't like it.
Oh,
You're
no,
making
thanks,
it
yeah,
Ben.
better people.
You only take that penalty if you were there and didn't stop us anyway. If we kill the spirit when you're not around, oh good.
Yeah, it's not your fault. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, thanks for tuning in, and I shall see you all next time.
Goodbye, internet people.
Thanks for the session,
Have a good
Arctic.
one.
Great time.
That was fun.